Taking a minute. And welcome everybody to Kansas Speedway for the running of the EJ Designs 180. My name is Gavin. I'm joined once again by the one, the only Armani DePaul, coming to you for the 10th race of the season. And after last week's chaos at Bristol, we have once again came down to two drivers battling for the championship lead. That being Alexander Hyder and our new point leader, James Thurston. Armani, how you doing tonight, brother?
I do a lot better. My training pace was working.
Yeah, so what's going on with him right now is that he's having a bit of a hard time. His internet is shitting the bed. So
yeah,
and it's a shame because we have such great paint schemes. Now, god damn it, dude! Every time with Jacob Mitchell, Mitchell is crab walking again. He's doing it again. He does this every week.
Okay, I'm looking at the screen. So what is Roldan's paint scheme?
So, yeah, of course. Okay, let me find him for you. Where is our good friend? There he is.
All right, hold on. I'm at the crab walking with Jacob. Hold on.
Here, let me get a. You can get a good old look.
Hold on. Look at this bed. What the hell is that?
It's Diego Roldan.
Why is the number so big?
Well, we don't have to worry about that. That's
Diego. I have so many questions.
You don't have to worry about that. That's not important. Also, let me quickly do a quick check on the volume.
Speaking of Diego, he nearly flipped and just crashed. I love ASCA. I just love it.
Alright, yep, so the volume's fine. Stream's also fine, so we're good.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I'll just have my stream up in the background here. Alright. So let's look through some of our field here with about 11. Oh, what a fantastic start. Let's start with Miles Davis. He's actually running really good in practice right now. 30.933. He's one of those guys that we're talking about, like a Jerry Cook, who is right at the grasp of getting a victory in their ASCA career. He's been close very times. Last time out was at Iowa when he finished second. He was racing with Ethan Moses for that one. As you can see, he's running a very fun paint scheme this week. He seems to be a big fan of P. Diddy because you say he wanted to put some chipmunks on there. So,
you keep saying you can see the paint scheme. No, I can't.
We got Jacob Mitchell right now running 21st. It has not been a good year here for Jacob Mitchell. He is really adjusting not just to this car, but to iRacing as a whole. It has been a rough struggle for him. Hopefully tonight can be a little better, but right now things are not going too hot for him right now. He is sitting in 21st.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, and we have two terrorists right behind him, and they are wrecking each other right now. It's Aiden Robertson. He's back, or Robertson, I'm sorry. Aiden Robertson's back. He's been out for the last month or so, but he's making his grand return along with the terrorist himself, Connor Trafari. Trafari's back in 15th, while Robertson is in 7th.
So, okay, you just murdered Robertson in practice. All right. The terrorist activities have begun.
And we just watched another commit of terrorism. It's Caden Mobley Kelly right now sitting 12th. He just murdered himself going through. And that's Chris just full throttling the pit lane. Okay. Unfortunately for...
It's supposed to be calm.
What?
Compared to the rest of them?
Wait, say that one more time?
Isn't Kansas supposed to be calm compared to,
No.
Bristol no?
I mean, maybe. But here's the problem here, Armani. This is ASCA, where nothing can be normal and nothing can be calm. And last week, Chris was supposed to have what he's been having all season long. It was supposed to be just a calm day at Bristol, and he got involved in 3 wrecks. And he is now back outside of the championship fight. He's about 20 points back coming into tonight. So for Chris tonight, the only goal is that he's got to regroup. He's got to start praying that Thurston and Hyder have a bit more bad luck. He right now sits 8th, while Thurston and Hyder run 4th and 5th.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know if Thurston has what Jimmy Johnson had back during his 5-year championship run, but I just want to go back to Bristol and how this man literally, on the final corner of the final lap, just dives down to the bottom of Ethan Harrison and Jeremy Cook, and just, I'm going to say he steals Bristol, even though that doesn't feel right considering he literally dominated the race. But, yeah, the man literally stole the Bristol win back. Like, he's got it stolen for the John's victory and then took it right back. Like, I've never saw anything like it. It was one of the wildest finishes I'd ever seen. And somehow, some way, James Thurston still finds a way to win.
Yeah, well, James Thurston's one of a kind. He has shown unimaginable speed all season long, and that was probably one of his greatest performances. Even he thought he was out of it after that last caution came out, and he had come down pit road, and so many people stayed out, because that's just what the field had to do. The field had to respond to James Thurston. He had dominated the day. He made himself known as the fastest car, and it was as simple as, they have to try something. They have to try either going with no tires or 2 tires. And all things considered, he was out of it, but everything just came to play. We had those multiple green-white checkered attempts. Fast guys like Skylar Carnes got knocked out, and Hunter Collier as well. And on that final restart, Connor basically just lended the door for Thurston to get through, and from there it was as simple as positioning his car perfectly and a little bit of luck on his end. Cook sent it in deep and ended up wrecking himself, and Harrison coming to the line. But Thurston really got it done, and that was by far one of his best performances.
Oh yeah, easily one of his best performances. And what's crazy about it is that he's still a rookie. This is his first year in iRacing, and he has just come in and taken the lead by storm. I mean, really besides Hyder and, maybe from a consistency standpoint, Lilly, but even that's a stretch. I mean, no one's really been close to Thurston. He leads the series and wins by double. I mean, I know we keep talking about Hyder and Thurston kind of going back and forth, but I don't know. I'm even starting to get to the point where I just think that Thurston is pulling away from Hyder, and we're at the point now where maybe the 24, he's got to start, changing how he does things, because again, before it was going to be the 96 and the 24. Now I just think the 96 is on another planet.
Well, I want you to think about this. His last win came at Watkins Glen over a month ago, and in that time, so many opportunities of victory have been frankly just taken away from him. At Charlotte, he got ran through by a lap car under caution while leading. At Iowa, the 2 guys in front of him crashed, and he had nowhere to go. And then at Indianapolis, he was running in second, and then he crashed on the final lap. And unfortunately, at Bristol, things just didn't go his way right at the end. I mean, Hyder, all things considered, at least in 3 of those races, had a good shot of winning, and just stuff that had nothing of his doing, except for Indy. I'll give him this. Indy was absolutely his doing. But besides that, he has had a lot of bad luck coming his way over this past month, and that cannot be ignored.
We'll also keep about this, too. It's not like Thurston's was going out dominating these races from start to finish. He's actually had a lot of work to do in order to get where he's been going. I mean, take a look right now just in the season standings. Yeah, he leads the points, but his average start is 11th. Hyder's is 5th. So we're talking about that Thurston, more than not, has to come from 6 spots further behind than Hyder. And we know in this series, once you're kind of in that hornet's nest in the middle and back of the pack, it's basically a flip of the coin in terms of the craziness that can happen. So it doesn't even come easy from Thurston, even from Bristol, because he had damage during that race as well. So I don't know, maybe just, again, I don't know too much about the history in terms of prior iRacing between the two. Maybe Thurston has a little more than Hyder, and that's exactly, why he's been able to close the deal more so than the 24. But, I mean, after Bristol, fuck it, everyone's thirsty for Thurston.
Yeah, well, we'll see whether people are thirsty for Thurston or hard for Hyder.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched Owen Chabinski, who is back this week, just fucking shit the bed down in turn 3. Fucking flew into the air. I have no idea what he's doing. No clue what's going on.
He just wanted the. Did he just bunny hop?
I think he did.
He literally bunny hopped.
And Armani, I want to talk to you about tonight's racetrack here, because I feel like I say this every week, that each track that we go to is specifically designed to be a brand new challenge. And I don't think this is necessarily a new challenge in the sense. I mean, we've been to a 1.5 miles before. And we've been to a track where it's top dominant before. But tonight is going to be the first time that these guys are going to be putting those two traits of racetrack together. We have a high-paced, absolutely, it can be honestly pretty loose, all things considered, track here. And you have to rip that top. The higher you up against that wall, the quicker you're going to go. What can we expect from these guys here tonight, Armani?
I think we're going to see something similar to what we saw at a track like Las Vegas. And the thing about the season is, you've seen a lot of the same guys up front. You know, you got your Jeremy Cooks, you got your, obviously, Thurstons, you got Hyder, Miles Davis. Everyone's going to be in the mix, but it's really going to come down to who's going to rip the top and who's going to get there first and who's going to run the edge. Because remember, the closer you get to the wall, that's where all the speed is. So it's really going to come down to, you know, can you make that work and not get too much damage? Because we've even seen throughout this season where, especially on these 1.5 miles, the damage will cost you. So I'm going to keep a look at that as well. Think of it like the Darlington Stripe, but it's going to have a bigger effect because it's going to be a bigger track.
Absolutely. Right now, towards the end of the field, I have Jason Samito on the cams right now. He's saying 25th. He's got to figure some stuff out. There's Keola Hankins. He's back this weekend. He took a few weeks off. It's not too great there for Keola. He's sitting 22nd, but we know him. He has been hungry for a victory. He's been close so many times. He might be still in the conversation. I see Landon Warren down pit road. I see Blackstone doing some donuts as well. I think that he probably should go a little quicker before he starts feeling about doing that. And I see Hunter M. Collier coming out onto the track. He's right now sitting 10th. He was really distraught after Bristol. He thought that he was in a great position to get a victory, and unfortunately things just did not go his way.
This is in the race. Welcome back, Quentin Haley.
Yeah, Quentin Haley's back.
I wonder if, so, I won't give too much away, but I will be at Homestead, you know, actually, you know, real-life NASCAR this weekend, and I will be in the garage. So maybe I ask another certain Haley driver if, you know, about ASCA.
Yeah, go ahead. Bring him on. You know what? Bring him on. Bring him on.
Do you think that's a good idea?
I think that's a fantastic idea.
Sounds like a phenomenal idea. I want to mention something else. You mentioned him earlier, Owen Chabinski. Obviously, he was suspended for Bristol, and we thought that he would be knocked out of the chase, but he actually does have the last spot. He is currently 12th in the standings, and actually he's 10 ahead of Landon Warren, so pretty good, all things considered, for Owen Chabinski. Again, considering he missed a race, and now he's back, and you know, the practice times don't look the best in the world for the number 42 right now, but overall, I mean, sitting 22nd, yeah, not the greatest, so we're going to see that pick up, you know, once we get into qualifying or earlier or later on in this practice. But I'd say in terms of mitigating damage as much as you can hope for, despite being suspended, I mean, Chabinski, pretty solid.
Yeah, well, the thing about this situation for him is that we're getting to the point in the season where we start talking about more of who can show up to the most races than, you know, actual pace. There's a few fast guys below the cut line right now, like Hankins, that are mainly down there because of the fact that they aren't showing up to every race. Landon Warren and Chabinski have been running nearly, you know, close together for the entirety of the season. So I think that in this case, you're definitely going to be seeing the actual performances between Chabinski and Landon Warren show. And Landon Warren's biggest critique, and this has been a big one by a few guys like Chris Lilly and Levi Leip, is that Warren is scared to hit that throttle. He doesn't have the confidence to get back on the throttle on the exit of these corners. It's really been hindering him in a lot of these races. Landon Warren's a fantastic iRacer. All right? I've seen him before, and he actually had a pretty good resume when it comes to his qualifying laps. He is always consistently within that top 10 hunt. It's just when the green flag drops, he always ends up to the rear. So as we start approaching playoff time, he's got to clean that up because he has a record to maintain. He has been to the last 2 championship 4s. We aren't running that format this season, but if he wants to make this chase, he's got to put down the throttle a little bit.
So practice comes to a close. We'll read off the top 5 really quickly. Jeremy Cook led the way with a 30.928. Just 5 1/1000ths ahead of Miles Davis in the 33 machine. Dimitri Mundros, third, 30.992. And then AJ Hyder and James Thurston complete the top 5. Speaking of Thurston, he's now onto the track to start his first qualifying run.
Right now watching Jerry Cook right now, fastest in practice, hungry for a win. He's in the wall on his first lap.
Yeah, I talked about it earlier about, the damage, especially, hitting the wall, trying to find that edge. You got to imagine now that he's going to use this next lap as his real heater, and he's probably going to have to abort this one as kind of a warm-up.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised he didn't stop the car and bring it back in, maybe check for damage. He's got to keep going. I also saw him down the backstretch. He was wiggling the wheel down the back, trying to heat up those tires. Here he goes back down to turn 1. A lot better this time there for Cook.
A lot better, a lot cleaner. He kind of diamonds it, starts up on the top, but towards the middle of the corner, towards the exit of turn 2, he actually comes down. Kind of reminds me of how you take Dover. If you ever race at Dover, you kind of apex the middle of the corner, and then by the time you get out of the final corner, you go all the way to as much of the bottom as you can. As Cook, he's going to complete this lap at a 31.178, slower compared to his practice time. He currently sits third.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I think the main reason why he was running so low coming out of turn 2 is because he overdrove turn 1 and checked up so much to stop himself from hitting the wall. So he tried to come down to avoid cutting some time off. And I will say this much, I'm sure you've probably noticed it, Mobley Kelly with an incredible lap, second on the board.
What? Huh?
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Yeah, he decided he wanted to put up the Jets right there. 31-170.
Yeah, he decided to actually show up for once.
And another big
stripe.
Another big shout out.
399 slower, but take a look at the time so far. You got Thurston up front, Mobley Kelly in second. You got Cook third. Actually, Miles Davis now moves up to the third spot. But you got Martinez Jr. Really good qualifying so far for Junior. Then you got Lilly, Collier, Eichelberry, Arevalo, Roldan. Roldan was actually really fast in practice, so I'm not totally surprised to see him in the top 10 right now. But I'm really going to be looking at the guys. I mean, of course, you got Hyder. As Mundros now goes to the top.
Whoa, that's huge.
Mundros up top, first guy to break it to the 31.0 range, a 31.092. Actually, that might be the fastest lap of the whole. No, that's not. So the fastest lap overall would be a 30.928 set by Jeremy Cook. So we're still about a 10th away from that overall of these qualifying lines.
Man, there's so much stuff to say. First off, Dimitri Mundros is I'm right now watching Landon Warren. He's having a really hard time out there. He's hitting the wall on his first lap on both corners, so he's going to go.
Oh, and Hyder spun. Hyder spun on his first time.
Oh yeah. Looking for him. Yeah, there he is. Alexander Hyder has crashed on his first lap. He's going to bring it back down into the pits. He'll have one more opportunity. And Armani, I was corrected after Bristol. His choice to start in the back was not a choice at all. He had actually crashed in his qualifying lap, and that's why he was back there. And once again, we're seeing it here. He has crashed his first lap here in qualifying.
Yeah, just look at the replay. He just got loose coming out of turn number 2 and just maybe try to correct it or whatever, but regardless, he went all the way down into the inside wall. Couldn't save it at all. And like you mentioned, this is now the second week in a row where Alexander Hyder, he crashes on his qualifying. And, if you're someone like a Jeremy Cook, you can use that first lap. You hit the wall a little bit. All right, abort the first lap. Use it as a warm-up lap, but still keep the heat in your tires so you got the grip going to your final lap, too. Hyder doesn't have that now. He's going to have the same lap 2, essentially the same conditions with his tires as he's going to have in lap 1. And I don't know, unless he can put a heater immediately, which I don't doubt that he can, I mean, there's a lot more pressure now on Alexander Hyder.
Well, he's not going to qualify here. He's going to go back out of it. And I did look at that. He definitely just did that on purpose. He turned down the track. I don't know why he did that. I genuinely cannot tell you why he did that.
But so we got 5 guys who haven't qualified yet. Bowden, Trubinsky, Warren, Samito, and Hyder. I know you mentioned Warren was having some trouble, so I'm assuming he aborted his lap too.
I gotta change the name again.
Over.
Yeah, I gotta change the name really quick. I'm sorry, EJ. I'm sorry. One second. Come on, everybody. All right, there we go. Save. And there it is. All right. Going to our starting lineup, Dimitri Mundros on pole position. He has been close in a few of these races. Mainly Charlotte comes to mind. He is going to be starting on pole position. James Thurston has won the last 2 Nope, I lied about that. He's right now sitting with 4 wins on the season, leading the points coming into tonight. He starts second. A great lap time by Caden Mobley-Kelly, starting third with Miles Davis in fourth. Jerry Cook right now is sitting in 5th with Nicholas Martinez Jr. A great run for him in qualifying. He is sitting in 6th. Moving over to row 4 now, we got Connor Trafari and Chris Lilly teammates in row 4. And then Jason Gallagher right behind him with Keola Hankins alongside. Moving on to row 6, we got Hunter M. Collier and Robert Eichelberry. Followed by Aiden Arevalo and Diego Roldan. Ethan Harrison starts 15th with Aiden Robertson starting 16th with Quentin Haley in 17th and Ethan Moses in 18th. Levi Leipska start 19th with Wayne A. Kennedy alongside. Jacob Mitchell in 21st with Aiden Smith in 22nd. And Ty Smith is the last one to qualify in 23rd. We move on to the guys that did not set a lap. Starting off with second in the points, fighting for a title. Alexander Hyder did not set a lap time for the 2nd week in a row. He's going to be asked a big favor and is going to have to charge his way through the field. Along with that, we got Jason Samito, Landon Warren, Owen Chabinsky, and Daniel Botting. Watch out for Landon Warren and Owen Chabinsky. They are fighting for the last spot in the chase in 12th place. So let's see what happens here as the pace car gets off pit road. It's going to take everyone on the track.
Boy, this is going to be really interesting. Like you mentioned, Mundros knocking on the door. So many wins this year. Thurston alongside. You got so many hungry guys starting in the top 10. Mundros, Kelly, Davis, Cook, Martinez. Think about this. There is a combined 5 wins starting in the top 10. One of them owns 4 of those wins, and he's starting 2nd. And then, of course, you got Connor Trafari starting in the 7th spot. But everyone else still searching for that first one. Oh, wait, I forgot about Jason Gallagher. Well, 7 out of the top 10. Completely ignore what I just said. 7 out of the top 10 have not won a race this year. Majority of them have never won an ASCA race. This is going to be really exciting here on this opening start.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be fun here. Here comes Dimitri Mundros and James Thurston. We are now at the halfway point in the season. What a great season it has been, and I'm looking forward to so much more. Dimitri Mundros brings up to the green flag here from Kansas Speedway.
Great job by Thurston. He keeps up with him on the start. I'm not sure if he got ahead of him or not, but both of them are going to be side by side going to turn number 1. Thurston with the preferred lane on the high side. Sorry, Gavin.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. There was a spin off the line. I do believe that was Owen Chabinsky, and yes, it was.
Wow. Not the return that he was hoping for.
Yeah, something happened on the start. He has towed it to the pits.
Oh, we got a car in the wall. That's Jeremy Cook.
Jerry Cook hits the fence coming out of turn 4 as Thurston has the lead and leads the first lap. And how about Nicholas Martinez Jr. has charged up the second. He has had such a rough season, has gotten suspended once, has been involved in so many controversies, and he finds himself fighting for the lead.
Right now, the battle is for the lead, but also the battle for third. You got Mundros, who dropped for a pole position to third. Then you got Caden Mobley-Kelly and Connor Trafari hounding him for that third spot.
And into the grass goes Mobley-Kelly down the front straightaway.
Wow. No, wait. Yeah, he's going to lose a lot of spots there. I'm not sure exactly what happened with Mobley-Kelly during that situation, but a great qualifying lap. And He's really struggled. You know, he's had a lot of good laps as of recently, but just hasn't been able to put it together, especially in these opening laps. So he's another one who's kind of on the outside looking in, trying to make the chase. If he wants to get to that top 12, he's got to clean these acts up, especially on these opening laps.
So I took a quick look at the replay, and yeah, he hit the wall just a little bit coming out of turn 4. We're seeing a lot of guys do that early on, and he just lost the back end and had to go through the grass to save it. He has fallen back to 11th.
Yeah, started 3rd, now lost 8 spots since the start. Not at all what Caden was looking for.
Nearly 3 wide into turn 3 in the middle of the pack. That is Diego Roldan trying to charge to the field along with Aiden Robertson.
So far, the battle is still for that 3rd spot. Dimitri Munoz holds on, but he's got a hard charge in Connor Tafari as they enter turn number 1.
And you know, I am shocked. I thought everyone would just be ripping the fence, but we are seeing a lot of multi-group racing early on here in this 130-lap dash here. But so far, single file throughout the top 10. We have to go back here to Lilly and Arevalo in 8th for the first side-by-side battle. Arevelo's on the attack.
Yeah, maybe just everyone trying to save their tires, you know, trying to take care of each other. You know, this is ASCA, so of course there's, you know, there's going to be cautions galore, so maybe everyone's just trying to take care of their equipment, trying to get through a couple of these laps, maybe through the first green flag run, and before they really kick it in a high gear. But so far, yeah, everyone is pretty much spread out. I mean, Thurston is checked out over Martinez, and you know, Martinez, he's not even running that high line too much, trying to gain some ground on Thurston, who's really controlled this race.
There's some tempers flaring on the track here, Armani. Ethan Harrison and Caden Mobley Kelly were door slamming each other down the backstretch. We know Harrison. 10 more contact. There goes Harrison. Back up the track. Can he save it? Yes, he can.
Woo! How about that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not shocked. They were doing that a lot. I think that might be on Harrison. Yeah, it's on Harrison. He came up. He's been doing that a few times this season. I'll tell you that much. He's definitely more incident prone than most.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what you wanted Kelly to do. He held his line, and then Harrison just tore him, acting like he wasn't even there. I mean, Ethan, like we talked about, he's got the pace to win one of these races, but he always takes himself out of contention through some fault, something happening. Whether it's a spin or whether it's getting loose, you name it. I mean, I even look back to just last week at Bristol when he got into it with Jeremy Cook. Now, don't get me wrong, Thurston was going to win that race regardless, but I mean, Harrison didn't do himself any favors at all in that loss.
Man, it's crazy what happens in the midfield. I was asked, hey, Gavin, go ahead and start showing some of the action in the midfield. You're missing out, and I have to agree, I am. And we are seeing right now Alexander Hyder making a charge to the field on the outside of Robert Eichelberry. This is going to be for 13th. He started 24th today. In 9 laps, he's made over 10 positions on track.
So I got a request from Owen Trubisky. He can say something in the booth.
Sure, I guess. I mean, I imagine that we can bring him in. Oh, and you can bring yourself in here. What's going on?
Did you see what I did on the restart?
I saw you spinning for like a second and then you disappeared. Did you spin yourself?
I'm money shifted.
So you are out of the race before you even pass the start-finish line.
In 30 minutes, I'll be back.
Are you repairing your damage?
Yep.
All right, well, that's your.
That's it. Okay, where's the replay? Now I need to see that. I need to see what
unfortunately, he was literally in last place when he did it.
Yeah, I was in dead last.
Oh.
I knew it was going to happen. Chris is on the wall.
Yeah, Chris is hit the fence.
Oh my god, yes, with our lunch league car. That's lit.
Yeah.
We got a good battle here in the back half.
Oh!
Kelly gets blocked by Roldan. And Kelly just gets him a little bit of a bump going into turn number 3.
Yeah, these guys are not giving Caden anything to work with right now. First, Harrison dooring him down the back on the front, and now Roldan is blocking him for position.
You know what? Let's ask OJ. What do you think about Oh, he's gone.
Okay, that's fine.
I was going to ask him something.
And speaking of Roldan, he is making a lot of moves through the field. He has started outside the top 10, and he's right now going after both Lilly and Arevalo. That's for 8th place. Another driver on the move is Jason Gallagher, once again showing some incredible pace. He has passed Connor Trafari, and he's closing up on the back of Mundros for 3rd.
So many battles throughout the field. Again, the battle in the top 5 as Trafari goes to the inside, Gallagher on the outside. There's so many battles throughout the field. Unfortunately, one of them is not the battle for the lead.
Yeah, Thurston has pulled away to nearly 2 seconds in the first 13 laps. Once again, Thurston is showing incredible pace that no one can match.
Look at this battle for like 7th through 12th. Hyder's entered the conversation as, ooh, he gets third by Hyder!
Yellow flag.
Oh, and there is Ethan Moses, who clips the back end. That's Aiden Smith, who is sliding to a halt to avoid Caden Mobley-Kelly. And I said it just a few laps before. It seemed like everything that was going on around him was attracting some contact. And once again, he will get involved in an accident here this season, this time with Alexander Hyder.
And I mean, I want to take a look at the damage, see if Hyder's got any damage, but this is what we talk about in terms of when you're not able to qualify. You get involved in the hornet's nest that is the mid and the back field. I know you're trying to work your way through the field, and you're making that high line work, but, I mean, you see just, it's like Kelly's got a magnet of just incidents happening to him. And, you know, when you start in the back, you allow, you know, basically everything to come to you. I'm trying to see exactly any damage on Hyder. So far, yeah, the front looks good. I think he should be okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I hate to be that guy, but Caden might have had a lot to do with that. He got really tight coming out of turn 4 and was practically just stopping right in front of Hyder. He ended up hitting the wall anyway. So, I'm going to have to say, I think Caden might have ended up putting himself into the fence and wrecking his own car. I hate to say it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he was in the wall anyway, and I mean, at that point, there's nothing Hyder really could have done as we got pit stops.
Yeah, interesting strategy here by Dimitri Mundros. He chooses to stay out on the racetrack while quite literally every single other driver brings it down pit road.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, doing his best George impression, I see.
We got George today?
No, we don't. He is actually suspended after his stunt at Bristol. He tried to defend it, but obviously no one believed him. Interesting strategy here.
Yeah, I think he took 2 tires.
Yeah, so Connor's taking 2, Robertson's taking 2, Lily's taking 2. So about 4 people already, lap 15 on this race. And we're already seeing about 5 guys here making some strategy calls to get ahead of Thurston on the track.
Interesting. Really, really interesting. I mean, we've seen Thurston, you know, bad restart from Mundros really allow Thurston to control this race. Now it's going to be, can Thurston work his way through? He's got fresher tires than everyone in front of him, but isn't enough? I mean, we're talking, what, 15 laps?
Yeah, I mean, it's not been too long. I mean, if you've been saving your stuff, you might be okay. I just think it's interesting how much control Thurston has over this field, how people are willing to put their entire race strategies in jeopardy just to stay ahead of him for a couple of laps. I mean, we saw that at Bristol, and already 15 laps in, the field recognizes that Thurston is the guy to beat, and they're making moves to make sure that they're ahead of him.
The thing is, I like the strategy call, but also I feel like, you know, don't you think maybe it's a little too early? I mean, by the time we go back green, we're going to have, what, like, still 110 laps to go?
Absolutely. But I also think that they don't want to give... I think that this might be a racetrack where drivers feel like a long green flag run can finally happen. I know that we are still waiting for that really long green flag run to really take place here this season. It can happen at any point, really. But if tonight's really going to be the night where that's going to happen, they want to have that track position, and I guess they feel the need that it needs to happen now. But I will also say, it's only been 15 laps, and I think that at least the 2-tire call isn't necessarily a bad call to make. it obviously isn't as best as a 4-tire call, but it isn't like those left sides are really used up too much.
I'd say so. I think I agree with what you said. Again, 15 laps shouldn't be too much wear on the tires. I think the real question is going to be with Mundros. How much are the tires overall going to wear? We already saw he had a bad restart or bad start to the race starting for the pole position. Is he going to be able to make up for that now? Especially due to the fact he's on old tires. Everyone behind him's got either 2 or 4 fresh tires. I'm really interested to see what this 43 does on the start.
Yeah, I think Mundros did that thinking more people would join him. I think the fact that he was quite literally the only one was not to plan for him. So unfortunately for Dimitri, even though it's been only 15 laps, he is definitely going to be falling back in the field. It's going to be all about how these guys are going to be able to avoid him. And hey, if one thing from George has been good, George has been making sure that these guys are ready for stuff like this. So we'll see how things settle on this restart.
Shout out to George.
Yeah, shout out to George. Thank you for being a nuisance.
Being a terrorist.
Yeah, literally just being a walking brick in front of everybody and then getting mad when you get ran through because you are slow.
So you got Dimitri Mundros on old tires, Connor Jafari, Aiden Robinson, Chris Lilly, Keola Hankins, all in the top 5. Then you got the first guy on 4 tires. You got James Thurston in 6th. Let's see what these tires can do here for the 43. As here we go, they're going to the restart. So great flag in the air, a much better restart for Mundros this time around.
Yeah, Mundros got a good one there that time. Connor will have to settle for second, side by side between Robertson and Lilly for third. Thurston on those 4 fresh tires is going to go to the inside on Lilly. Coming out of turn 2, sideways goes Trafari, sideways goes Robertson, and everyone's going to be able to save it once again. An incredible job by all.
3 wide in the middle for James Thurston. Reminded me when Kyle Larson made the race when he moved at Michigan back in 2017. But the 4 tires paying off for the 96. He sets his sight on the pole sitter.
And I'll tell you, I'm really impressed by Mundros right there. He has pulled away. Probably not for long, though. Thurston's on his way, side by side between Trafari and Martinez for 4th place.
Side by side for 4, side by side for the lead as Thurston goes to the inside. Mundros on the high side, but Thurston's got the fresher tires. Mundros has the preferred line. Fresh tires wins out in this battle as the 96 clears the 43 coming up turn number 4.
And now here comes Martinez. It's his turn to shine. He's coming up to the back of Mundros now. They're going 4 wide.
Right in the back.
That's 4 wide racing, and that is Hyder out first. He is going and making some big moves through the field after the contact with Caden Mobley-Kelly.
I think we're starting to see those old tires start to fade for Dimitri Mundros. He has fallen to the 3rd spot. He's in danger of losing that spot to Jason Gallagher.
Gallagher is there, and next up is Hyder. Hyder is just not even... I felt like Hyder during that last run was struggling, but it seems like now his car has come to life. He is up into 5th after getting involved in an accident, and he is definitely going to be making this pass for 4th on Mundros right about now.
Side by side for that 4th spot. I think Mundros just got into the wall. That's going to make things easier for Alexander Hyder as he enters into the top 4 with his sights set on the podium spots.
I think the car you were hearing hitting the wall was actually Martinez, because now here comes Jason Gallagher to his inside for 2nd place.
This is getting really interesting here as we enter lap number 23. Jason Gallagher all over the back bumper of Nicholas Martinez Jr. Martinez Jr. is back in the 2nd spot.
Yeah, Martinez is doing a great job here today. This has really been his outstanding moment of the season. We knew he was one of those guys that we know has pace on these ovals, but it's just so incident-prone. And, well, that incident-prone fact is still very much true and could still very much show itself here tonight. So far, he has been very clean. He's holding on to 2nd right now from Gallagher.
Yeah, really nice right now. Gallagher making some time. Let's see what this last lap looks like. A 31.5 for Martinez. Compare that to Gallagher, 31.6. So actually Gallagher lost some time to Martinez that time. And he's got to be careful because he's got Hyder right behind him on the hard charge. Or maybe Hyder's got to worry as Diego Roldan is making up some ground.
Yeah, I was right now panning to the back. Connor Trafari is falling back quicker than Dimitri Mundros. Something is very wrong with that 9 car, whether that be the strategy that he ran during that last set of pit stops, taking the 2 tires or what. but he has fallen outside the top 15.
A little bit of contact with Jason Samito as well. Yeah, Trafari falling like a rock. He's now all the way down at 18.
Hyder on the outside. Cook's going to follow suit. Roldan falling back outside the top 5. Jerry Cook is on the move. He's now looking to the outside on Alexander Hyder for 4th.
Remember, Cook did lead practice, and he got into the wall a little bit as well in the race. He goes with the crossover move on Hyder all the way down in the apron.
And that's how it's done, Armani. Down the inside, clear into turn 1. Jerry Cook continues to be on the move. He's now up to 4th. Now putting his sights on Jason Gallagher for 3rd.
Nice work from Jeremy Cook. Textbook pass.
Single file throughout the top 10. We have to look back here to 10th place to find our side-by-side action. It's Quinn Haley versus Aiden Smith.
This is what, Haley's 3rd or 2nd start of the season?
3rd.
Yeah, his 3rd start. Remember, he started on pole, I believe it was Bristol. There was one of the races where he started on pole position, and he's been very competitive in his limited starts, and even today, competed for a top 10 spot against these guys.
Right now, Miles Davis is all over him. Davis did not have a great qualifying session. He's still trying to get through the mid-pack. Understand that he is fighting for a championship spot. A little bit of contact there between Miles Davis and Quentin Haley. Haley came down and chopped his nose.
Yeah, I don't think Davis is going to appreciate that at all. Let's see what he does here as we go into turn number 1. Haley in the wall.
Well, that answers your question. Haley's just going to give it up. And now here comes Landon Warren to follow suit.
We got an interesting battle for the top 5 spot here. Diego Roldan. It's actually turning into a 3-way battle right now with Hyder, Roldan, and Aiden Arevalo.
Man, I'll tell you, these last few weeks, Aiden Arevalo has really been turning up the jets. He had such a rough start to the season, getting involved in wreck after wreck after wreck. These last few weeks, though, he has really figured it out. Well, I say that and he hits the wall going into turn 1.
Yeah, you jinxed him. Congratulations. Now you've learned the announcer jinx.
Well, it's okay, because he has a good run coming out of the corner. He's right back into the fight. So I'm going to keep saying what I was saying. That being that he has really figured it out. And he's right now fighting for a top 5 spot with Diego Roldan and Alexander Hyder.
And also Hunter Collier. Now he's getting to the back bumper of Revelo as well. So the battle for the 5th spot is between 5th through 8th.
Well, I think what we're seeing here is what Hyder always does. He's going to go ahead and just park his car right there on the bottom. He is going to go ahead and save his tires. He's going to make everybody stay right behind him. I'm going to stop talking about that, though, because Gallagher is getting impatient. He's going for 2nd right now against Nicholas Martinez Jr. Caution.
Caution comes out. So who got the 2nd spot? Was it Gallagher or Martinez? I think it was Martinez.
Miles Davis, big trouble here. Big chase implications. Miles Davis with a ton of damage on the 33.
Trying to see exactly what happened.
Well, let's see here. He was racing against Aiden Smith, or at least approaching the back
So
bumper
Smith
of
got
Aiden
into
Smith.
the wall. So, okay, let me go back and look at this. So Smith got into the wall right in front of Davis, and then Davis clipped him, and then Davis himself got into the wall, spun, and actually he took a big shot.
Oh!
Yeah,
so Aiden Smith hits the fence in front of him, pretty much just, I mean, Armani described it perfectly. Aiden Smith hits the wall, the 33 has nowhere to go, he spins himself, and then Samito just goes and hammers him driver's side door, and that's where all that damage came from.
Like you talked about it, chase implications. Davis came into tonight 4th in the points. That's going to be a huge blow, as that's going to put him closer to the cut line.
I mean, Samito was Miles Davis was one of those guys that we were talking about, like a Chris Lilly, that's just been so consistent this season. As we do have pit stops going on this time, and it seems like everyone's going to be a little bit more smart about it this time. Everybody's going to be coming in and getting some Goodyear tires.
Even Mundros. I think a lot of guys actually took 2 tires.
Maybe not. No. Nicholas Martinez Jr. has beat Thurston out of pit road by inches. New leader.
Nice work from Martinez.
We do
my thing is this. We really haven't seen Thurston get challenged on these restarts. Yeah, Mundros with the strategy of old tires, but that's what they were, old tires. And again, you saw with Moondros in the last restart, or in the first start of the race, where he just had a bad jump. I want to see where Thurston could do, assuming Martinez could get a good restart. Now, is there going to be a challenge for Thurston? He's got to work for this lead as... Wait, did Cook stay out?
Okay, so I was wrong. I thought everyone pit, because that would be the smart thing to do. But it seems like Gallagher and Cook did not get the memo from what happened with everyone else from last restart, because they have chosen to stay out.
So, Gallagher and Cook.
I'm not getting it. They were running inside the top 5. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
They're going to fall back again.
I mean, the only thing I could think of is, maybe they're planning on there being a late race restart, a late race caution, so they want to have a spare. They want to have a spare set of tires.
They have enough sets. I think they have 5, don't they? They have 5 coming in today, either 4 or 5.
They've already used what, 2?
I'm assuming.
Well, the thing is, they're pitting every caution. Every caution they 15 laps. So, by the way, if this keeps going the way it is, everyone's going to run out of tires, or at least someone is going to run out of the tires probably before we even hit lap 100 again. If this run of 15 laps before caution continues to go on, so when you put it that way, I don't hate the idea. I think Cook and Gallagher understand that they're going to drop, but maybe they're planning. All right, I want to try to stay inside the top 10 or at least the top 15 because by the time the caution comes out, if I can stay in 10th or 12th or 13th, then I'll be in a decent position because I'll just pit again, work my way back up through the field, and I got another set of tires with me as compared to everyone else.
I think that you have the right idea here, Armani. Yeah, I think this might just be a tire-saving decision here for Jason Gallagher and Jerry Cook. We're going to double file it up here.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing, too. We talk a lot about saving tires, with guys like Hyder and Thurston. Saving tires also comes to just saving a set, not using a set. And, decisions like this where you stay out on the racetrack after only 10 to 15 laps, you want to keep that extra set with you in case, again, we get a late race yellow. And remember, with the way this race has been going, we're getting a caution every 15 to 18 laps. And everyone's coming on the pit road. So if things continue, honestly, even someone like Moondros, who's worked his way back up at least into the top 15, and we already know that Gallagher and Cook have the pace to stay in the top 5, I don't hate the strategy, especially for someone like Moondros, who we know has the pace, and he's got an extra set of tires for later on.
Well, things are about to get really interesting here. We've seen this story time and time again. Someone staying out on old tires, and the guys on fresh going to have to find their way through. How will everything shuffle a lap from now? We're about to find out. Jason Gallagher, Jerry Cook on old tires. Nicholas Martinez Jr. in 3rd. Thurston in 4th, Diego Roldan in 5th, and Ethan Harrison, after all the contact at the start, is somehow back in 6th. Green flag is back in the air.
Nice little push from Martinez Jr. for Gallagher. That's going to allow him to clear Cook for the time being as they go into turn number 1.
Martinez all the way down the bottom. Thurston stuck up top. Here comes Cook looking outside on the 85, but he had to check up coming out of turn 2.
Look at Diego Roldan. He's going to take it 3 wide down on the inside, splitting the middle with Martinez Jr. and Thurston.
And I'll tell you what, they're doing a good job keeping everyone at bay. All this battling here between those 3 right behind the top 2 that stayed out. Caution is back out on the speedway already.
Who is it?
And it is Keola Hankins spinning into the pit lane.
All right.
Let's take a peek. Well, what the...
It's loaded for you. It hasn't loaded for me yet.
It's loaded for me. Okay, so going into the corner, there's a bit of... Whoa, there was big trouble here. Let me go ahead and get a stand cam here from the stands. So this starts over here in turn 3. Quinn Haley overdrives the corner entry, hits the wall. They're 3 wide right behind him, and Arevalo has nowhere to go. There was big amounts of netcode there between the 13 and the 09. Levi Leip has nowhere to go. He hits into Arevalo. Arevalo goes back into Quentin Haley, and at this point, Arevalo is sideways in front of a pack of cars. The eight of Aiden Robertson has nowhere to go. Ty Smith as well. Ty Smith with an incredible avoidance. He avoids a Revelo, but the problem is when Ty Smith comes down the track, he comes right into the path of Keola Hankins, and Hankins goes for a slide onto the entry of pit road.
I want to talk a little bit about the battle for the front too, and I think this is going to be really important. In this caution, Diego actually stayed ahead of Thurston.
Oh, wow.
So Roldan's actually got a lot of pace under that 99 car. Remember, he was 6th in practice. In terms of qualifying, not the best in the world, qualified 14th, but worked his way up into 3rd, and he's another one of those guys who took 4 tires. So he's on that equal strategy of James Thurston. If he can do what he needs to do on this restart, if I'm Diego Roldan, I'm laying back a little bit on the restart. That way, because, I mean, you're going to have Cook. Seriously, you're going to have Cook, and then you're going to have Gallagher. Actually, speaking of Gallagher, why is he down the apron?
Yeah, he just disappeared for us. Oh, there he is. He disappeared for a second. Yeah, he might have had a black screen or something. I don't know.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, so back to what I was saying earlier. If I'm Diego Roldan right here, I know it's tempting to try to worry about covering off Thurston, but if I'm him, the best way to cover off the fast cars is go ahead and take the lead. So this is what I would do if I was Roldan. I mean, why is Cook?
I think they're just. I'm pretty sure they're just fucking around.
Okay. All right. So anyway, let me actually get to what I'm trying to say, but we got too much shenanigans on the racetrack. So if I Roldan, I'm laying back on the restart a little bit, just outside of the restart zone, because you got to think that Gallagher on old tires, he's going to want to take off immediately. So get that forward momentum. That way, when the green flag drops, you already got the speed ahead of Gallagher, and that way you could just take him going to turn number 1.
And think about this about Diego Roldan. Roldan is coming off a big controversy after Indianapolis. He purposely caused a caution, manipulated the race, that led to Jason Gallagher winning that race, mainly just because he was bored. And this is a defending champion that has had such a rough season, by far the worst season of his career. No wins to speak of. He has wrecked in almost, I don't even think he's finished a race yet. I think he has wrecked in every single one, in at least some way, form, or another. And what he really needs right now is not only a good, solid day, but what would be a great day, a winning day, would just be wonderful there for him and really turn his season around, both figuratively and literally, because if he truly wants to get back into this championship fight with just about 4 or 3 races to go, I don't know where he's sitting at points right now, but if he wins this race, gets into the top 25 in points by Darlington, then he would be eligible for one of the 2 wild card slots and would guarantee himself into the chase.
So right now he's sitting 28th in the points.
Well, he's not too far.
He's got 106 points on the season. Braden Sampson currently holds the 25th spot in points with 132, so he's 26 points behind. I don't know if that's going to be that actually might be enough.
That's more than enough, especially considering like Brandon Sampson, like he's not even here. So perfectly possible. If you just show up to like a good chunk of the races, you can be in the top 25.
And I think Diego's been figuring this iRacing stuff out. He's had speed up. He had speed at Bristol. He had speed at Indy. He even had speed at Iowa. So I think he's finally starting to figure this iRacing thing out. And I mean, what better test than a guy like James Thurston? But again, if I'm Roldan, I'm laying back a little bit and taking advantage of the old tires in front of me. And I think that's what he's trying to know. He's just going to get to the back bumper.
Coming to the restart zone, we're back underway, and same story as before. Jason Gallagher up and away.
Yeah, a little bit of a stack up right now. That actually is going to benefit Roldan regardless. Can he get to the top in time? He does.
Roldan.
But Cook sailing it on the high side. Sorry to cut you off, Gavin, but Cook making it work.
Roldan up to second, Cook down to third. Cook's going to give him a good bump draft down the back straightaway. Here comes Thurston to the inside on Jerry Cook for 3rd place.
Diego Roldan wisely closes the lane for Thurston, but Thurston's going to get a big run
There
Roldan
goes
cannot
Nicholas
allow this
Martinez
96
Jr.
to caution him out.
Nicholas Martinez Jr., we have a big one down the front straightaway. Chris Lilly's involved. Dimitri Mundros, Nicholas Martinez Jr., Keola Hankins is back in it. Miles Davis as well. And big damage for Alexander Hyder on the left front, or the right front.
Wow.
And what happened there? Well, it was Nicholas Martinez Jr., Chris Lilly coming out of turn 4. Jerry Cook hits the wall. Nicholas Martinez Jr. has nowhere to go. Comes down into Chris Lilly. That's the 43 of Dimitri Mundros hitting Martinez back up in front of the pack. Levi Leip gets damaged. So does the 24 of Alexander Hyder. Miles Davis and Keola Hankins get torn up. And that's a big pile of cars down the front straightaway.
So I don't know if you noticed, but Connor Jafari actually made contact with Robert Eichelberry going into turn 3. I think this is what started off the chain reaction in the back of the pack, because then Jafari gets really loose, finally gets it going, but then goes almost 4 wide with himself, Hyder, the 8. I want to say, I'm not sure exactly what that car is on the way outside because his numbers are non-existent. But because you can see, I mean, you got the wreck in front of you, but if you're Hyder, you're squeezed in between the 8 and the 9, and then you got the 25 all the way up on the wall, so there's really nowhere to go. You really don't have an opportunity to even stop. Just a bad situation overall. Again, started by the contact with Eichelberry and Jafari going to turn 3.
Yeah, you are right about that one. On these race starts at Kansas, there's so many lanes that you can run, and these guys are so aggressive on the start, as we've clearly seen, that when you have to start checking up, I'm not shocked that they start running through each other. Jason Gallagher bringing it down pit road along with Robert Eichelberry and everybody that was involved in that accident. That only leaves us with about, 11 cars that don't have any damage? Yeah, we have about 11.
Yeah, about half. I mean, about half of the field. Still a lot, but not as bad as I thought it'd be, honestly. Just, 28 cars in this race? 11, that's a little more than half, actually. So
yeah, we've had a bit of a mess, haven't we? Diego Roldan is now leading this race after everything that has transpired. Now he has the sole responsibility of holding up James Thurston. Jerry Cook right now 3rd. He is still out there on those old tires while Jason Gallagher has abandoned the strategy. He's come in with a 4 fresh set. Ethan Harrison now sitting in 4th, and Jerry Cook is stopping on the racetrack. There's something going on with the 70 car.
Well, this is going to be a big restart coming up for Diego Roldan. Can he hold off James Thurston? And he's got some hungry guys as well behind him. I mean, you got Ethan Harrison has entered to the top 3, Hunter Collier, Aiden Smith in the top 5. A lot of guys trying to get their first ASCA win of the season. But how about Diego Roldan? Like you mentioned, just a struggling year for the defending 2-time ASCA Cup Series champion. Had a terrible start, did not acclimatize to iRacing at all at the beginning of the season. But it feels like as every race has gone on, he's slowly gotten better and better. Just hasn't gotten the finishes he deserves. And now he is leading here at Kansas. And he's got James Thurston, the best in the business, behind him.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure to ask of a driver, but if anyone's able to do it, it's Diego Roldan. He is sitting, and I wanted to mention this during the pre-race show. I completely forgot to, but James Thurston is threatening an ASCA record. Surprise, surprise. And that is the most race wins in a season. Diego Roldan, with his win at Homestead, giving him his 2nd title last season, 10 wins in a season. That's what Thurston's trying to beat right now. And coming into the halfway point tonight, he is sitting at 4. If he wins this race, then he's looking like he could at the very least, tie Diego's record. And I'm not too sure Roldan's going to be too comfortable letting that record slip.
You want to call me crazy? I don't think he breaks the record. I mean,
Really?
Don't get me wrong. Thurston, he's dominated a lot of these races. He's got the most wins. But, I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, Bristol, he kind of stole. Even like some of these other races, I mean, it's not like even Iowa, he wasn't the best car on the track, and some things had to go right, for him to get the win. So I'm not trying to discredit Thurston at all, but I mean, you're asking a lot, and I mean a lot, to win 6 more races. That's basically saying that everything is going to fall as it should. And keep in mind, Thurston has got involved in a lot of incidents too.
Well, we'll see what rolls on this restart. Diego rolled on, James Thurston, lap 44. Let's see if we can get some green flag racing. We're back underway.
Great restart by Roldan. That's exactly what he needed to do. He's got about a car length advantage between himself and Thurston. And Thurston, well, he's got Ethan Harrison on his back, but the thing about Thurston is he's never really on the defense. He always goes on offense, and I think that's been to his strength. He's never worried about who's behind him or who's side by side. He's focused on what's up front, and that's something I really like about Thurston. I think that mentality really helps with him getting up front a lot of these races.
Man, there's so much contact going on in the back of the pack. I saw Jason Gallagher out of shape trying to fast Caden Mobley Kelly. I see Wayne Kennedy all the way down the bottom, and Aiden Smith overdriving turn 1. He's hit the fence. Robertson and Ty Smith go down in evasive action.
They are 3 wide going through turns 1 and 2. This is incredible. And 3 wide with Kelly, Lilly, and Eichel Perry. Oh my goodness.
3 wide as well with Trafari, Robertson, and Aiden Smith. Aiden Smith's coming back. Here comes Trafari once again 3 wide. He is making some incredible moves through the field. He's back up into the top 5.
Trafari going all the way down near the grass to make this work.
Yeah, he's one of these guys that's on the bottom making it work. I thought that the high side would be the place to be, and while it is, if you have the car and if you have the grip, a bottom can be a really good friend. Here comes Trafari to the inside on Harrison for 3rd.
God damn it, Gavin. I'm only going to say that if they tell you what that...
Oh, Gallagher really close to the corner panel of Hunter Collier down the front straightaway. He's another driver on those 4 fresh Goodyear tires, the freshest tires on the track. Caution once again on the speedway. And it's Caden Mobley Kelly again.
No way.
Second crash of the night there for the 18.
Well, let's see what happened.
Well, he definitely has some damage or something. He's going very slow down the straightaway. They were going 3 wide. Jerry Cook, Wayne A. Kennedy on his outside. And, yeah, Caden Mobley Kelly, I guess, just didn't know he was 3 wide. He comes up and chops Wayne.
Yeah, so Caden did not have a good turns 3 and 4 at all. He's losing a bunch of spots. Lost it to Hyder. Lost it to Haley. Losing it to Kennedy. So 3 wide down on the bottom with Cook. And actually, yeah, that's what happened with Kennedy.
This has not been a good night there for Mobley Kelly, has it?
No, he has started 3rd and just has laid a goose egg.
Oh boy, well, I was hoping that with this wide racetrack, you know, with how every line seems to work here at Kansas, these guys would behave. They aren't.
Can you forget what racing series this is?
This is the Alliance Stock Car Association. We're the most brain-dead, most... And, okay, I'm going to stop insulting these guys because we do have some pit strategy. Connor Trafari coming in from 3rd place. He made a big charge to the field, and he's going to go ahead and throw all that away for a set of 4 fresh Goodyear tires.
Well, I mean, I guess he wants to be on the offense. It's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, yeah, it definitely checks out for a terrorist like Connor. Hunter M. Collier's going to come in as well. He's going to pair up with him on the same strategy.
Okay, so 2 guys, and I mean, I'm not sure exactly how many laps a lot of these guys are on these tires, but
not plenty.
I mean, we've seen even like 15 laps. That's all you really need for the tires to come into effect. And guess Quinn Haley, we are not even halfway through this race. We're 15 laps away from the halfway mark.
Jeez, this is going to be a long one here. Maybe these guys can behave soon. It's still Roldan and Thurston. Aiden Smith is doing a great job, even with the mistake he had on that last run. Okay, Jason. All right, Jason's fucking around there. But Aiden Smith is right now in 3rd. He's doing a great job. Ethan Harrison in 4th. Aiden Robertson in his return race is running 5th. Jason Gallagher on 4 fresh Goodyear tires is in 6th. Lilly, after that contact with that wreck a few laps ago, is sitting in 7th. Ty Smith is in 8th. Martinez back in 9th. And Landon Warren, especially with Chabinski's trouble of money shifting before he even reached the start-finish line, is sitting in 10th.
Keep in mind, Landon Warren didn't qualify. He started in the back along with Hyder and a couple other guys. So back into the top 10 avoided a lot of the trouble after, you know, whatever the hell that was at the beginning for Chubinski. Not bad.
And I'm happy to say Chubinski is back on the track 41 laps down. So he wasn't
Let's go.
kidding. He wasn't kidding. He's trying. I think the fact that in 30 minutes we haven't even reached halfway is kind of sad.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a long, long night.
Oh, God. I just realized Levi... Whoa, okay. I thought something was happening, but no, Chubinski and Botting are just fucking around like they always do. So, yeah, they're hitting each other under yellow.
Oh, and we want to finish this race.
Yeah, well, they're fucking around. And hey, for Daniel Botting, next week we're going to be heading north of the border there to his homeland. We're heading over to Canada next week. And funny thing enough, the Canadian doesn't have Montreal. I know. And we're telling him, get it. Get it. Okay, like, Daniel, you have to get it. Okay, you can't just not get your homeland. The whole reason why Montreal is on the schedule is so we can make Canadian jokes about you. So you better get it. Oh, my liver. Holy shit.
Can we do the broadcast in a Canadian accent?
What the fuck is a Canadian accent?
I don't know, Canada, eh?
Are you Canadian too or some shit?
I'm everything. We've already established this.
I feel like a Canadian accent would just be nonsensical yelling. Which is already
Welcome
what
to
we
ASCA,
do.
eh?
God fucking damn it! I fucking hate that Daniel Botting motherfucker! Stupid fucking Levi life! And then Alexander Hire!
So while we were being, you know, just racist to our friends up in north of the border, I don't know what happened with Diego Roll. What is going on with Diego?
He is stopped on the track.
Yeah, but he sped up on the track, like in front of everybody, past the pace car, and then he just stopped in the middle of the track. What is going on with the 99?
Well, he's got to get back up in line before we go green here. And that he will do.
Okay, that's the second time we've seen the leader just have something going on the start, and about to go back green, so let's see how this turns out.
So, it's going to be Diego Roldan and Thurston once again. I am praying that we can get some green flag laps in. Lap 52 to the restart zone. Let's try it all over again.
Another good restart for Roldan, and actually Harrison with a pretty good start. We're hearing they're wrecking behind him.
Yeah, I see. I think that is Owen Chubinski again. It is.
Owen.
God damn it, it is. Yeah, I don't
Owen.
know. Get off the fucking track, Owen. Come on. Anyway,
Owen.
Going back to the important stuff here at the front of the field. Top four single file, not for long. Here comes Jason Gallagher to the inside for fourth place.
Still up front is Diego Roldan, but how about Aiden Smith walking the high line? He's going to challenge for the lead.
Roldan all the way down to the bottom. Thurston blocking Smith up high. Lots of different moves out here on the track for the lead.
Aiden Smith enters and he sails it going into turns 1 and 2. He's actually going to clear Thurston potentially, and he does going down the backstretch. Aiden Smith challenging for that top spot.
Aiden Smith almost turned the thing going down the back straightaway. He's in the fence going into turns 3 and 4.
Little too much for that 89, but that's all right. He's just got to regroup, reset, and he'll be able to get back into it. He's going to lose a little bit of time here, but not too much. And did he have like fresh tires or something? And we got a wrecking down the back. Is that Hyder? I think Hyder just spun.
Did he? Oh.
He did.
Yeah, there he is. No caution. We'll keep it green. Let's get a quick replay on that. And yeah, you're right. Down the straightaway, contact between. Oh, he just hit the apron. He hit the apron.
Wrong, and then Collier just turned him.
Collier had nowhere to go. Yeah, I mean, that's Hyder's fault right there. Hyder has had a really rough night.
Hyder drops all the way back to 15th.
But you know what? It's okay because Sonic Generations, Sonic X Shadows coming out tonight, and that means that no matter what happens, he's going to have a good night no matter what because he pre-ordered it. Anyway, so we have a guy for the lead.
Yeah, we got some new leaders here, boys.
And Jason Gallagher and Chris Lilly, they are on a fresher set of tires compared to Thurston. They both pit about 2 cautions ago. We're going 3 wide.
Chris Lilly going to the bottom. Gallagher on the middle.
And here comes Aiden Smith coming back into the fray. Maybe he has even more fresher tires. We are still 3 wide for the lead coming down the backstretch.
This is incredible.
Thurston into turn 3. He's going to try to block Gallagher. Gallagher says no to that. And Aiden Smith is on his way.
Aiden Smith staying behind Thurston for now, but for how much longer? Lilly's staying behind. It's a battle for the lead between the top 4.
Jason Gallagher trying to go for a 2nd win of the season. Thurston trying to go for a 5th. Aiden Smith looking for his first career ASCA Cup Series victory. Thurston's not going to give him the top, though. He's going to have to make the pass on the bottom.
And he does make it work on the bottom. Jason Gallagher takes the lead, and now they reverse their spots with Thurston on the bottom and Gallagher in the middle.
Aiden Smith has nowhere to go. A gap might open now, though. Here comes Smith up to 2nd and now going for 1st. And watch out, here comes Connor Trafari. He has the freshest set of tires compared to the top 5.
This is incredible. The top 5 separated by a blanket. Really, you could say the top 10, as everyone's only separated by about a 1.5 seconds.
Aiden
Actually,
Smith,
not even.
Here comes Smith's run. He's going to back out of it. He's going to set up turns 3 and 4. And now to the outside goes Aiden Smith on Jason Gallagher. And Connor Trafari's on the bottom of Chris Lilly for 3rd.
James Thurston falls all the way down into the 5th spot. I think Lilly got into the wall a little bit there. That's going to help Gallagher. He's got a couple car lengths between himself and Trafari, who's now entered into the 2nd spot.
Aiden Smith hit the wall going into turn 4, and Lilly had nowhere to go. Lilly still has nowhere to go, trying to pass Aiden Smith.
I thought Lilly was going to get into the rear quarter panel of Aiden Smith, but he stays by for now.
And I'll tell you, this pit strategy is not working out for Thurston. The top 4 have all overtaken him, and now here comes Ty Smith. Ty Smith, in every start that he's had so far this season, has gotten involved in a crash. He has not been able to show the true speed that he's got. They're going nearly 4 wide between about 7 cars back there. I saw Aiden Robertson nearly spin the thing out.
Trafari all over the back bumper of Jason Gallagher. Both drivers with 1 win on the year. Trafari won at Vegas in controversial fashion, and then you got Jason Gallagher with his first ASCA Cup Series win at Indy. Both looking for win number 2 on the year as Trafari goes to the inside of the 85, going down the front stretch.
I don't know if you noticed that. Trafari gave him a shot going into turn 3. They were both sideways. I thought they were going to crash. Let's see how Gallagher treats him well. Trafari up the track, feeding him the right rear. Now Gallagher's on his back bumper coming out of turn 2. Tempers are flaring for the lead.
I don't know how they didn't wreck right there. I swear you have Gallagher just throwing it deep and then just creating contact. I'm surprised he didn't get into Trafari.
He got into him there, Armani. He gave him a shot. It didn't work. Trafari now to the front.
This is incredible. Just like that, it's like the whole complexion of this race has changed. You don't even see James Thurston on the same screen right now as the 9 to the 85 right now. And keep an eye on Aiden Smith as well, who's been rocking that highlight for this last stint.
Yeah, no, Thurston's struggling right now. Here comes Martinez now. He's blocking, trying to hold on to whatever positions that he can. Thurston's praying for a caution right now because the pit strategy has not worked out in his favor.
This is incredible stuff right now. Trafari's actually pulled away from Gallagher, and Lilly has now re-entered into the top 3.
Martinez has passed Thurston. Thurston back to 6. Now Martinez to the inside on Aiden Smith for 4th. Aiden Smith overdriving the entry. Will Martinez clear coming out of turn 2? It's going to be close. Yes, he will.
But Aiden Smith not giving up. He's peeking on the outside. He's going to stay put, make that high line work that he's had for the last couple laps. Thurston on the bottom, Martinez in the middle. So is Aiden Smith. And actually, Martinez, he's actually going to gain a couple car lengths of Smith.
Ty Smith got put into the fence down the backstretch. There was almost contact between him and Aiden Robertson into turn 3. Everybody was able to save it, but Ty Smith's struggling now. He's into the fence again in turn 1.
I just want to say Diego Roldan has struggled as well, was leading this race and now dropped all the way back to 13th.
Thurston continues to fall back. He's stuck on the bottom. I'm assuming he's trying to save some tire, trying to recover whatever he can. Jerry Cook, contact between Thurston and Jerry Cook coming out of turn 4. Everyone's going to hold on to it, but Thurston's going to continue to lose spots. Hunter M. Collier has passed him now. Here comes Landon Warren.
I just want to say we've officially reached the halfway point of the race. So Probably the longest 65 laps at a mile and a half of my life, and we are finally halfway.
Man, I saw that 3 guys. Overdrive, there goes Robert Eichelberry and Ty Smith into turn 4.
Well, there's the caution.
That looked pretty silly in my opinion. Ty Smith had continued to fall back, and I have a feeling that he just straight up turned him. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he just turned him. I don't know why he did that. That was very silly by Ty Smith.
Gavin, get a shot on Caden avoiding this wreck.
I saw that, yeah.
You need to see, show the viewers exactly what we're just about to see. The man is really drifting into turn number 3 to avoid the wreck.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand what happened here, because there was no contact previously. Ty Smith literally just dumped Robert. Is there, like, contact coming out of turn 2? No? I guess he misunderstood where he was on the track. Guy literally just jerked it to the right and took him out. Wow. And you can see right there the 18 sliding down to turn 3 to avoid the 25 and the 2. That was impressive stuff.
Well, we got, what, 65 laps to go? I imagine you're going to see most of these guys coming in.
Yep, everyone's coming in, except for Hunter M. Collier. Hunter M. Collier is going to stay out on the racetrack, and that will put him in the lead.
Again, maybe just thinking that strategy, you know, just trying to have a first of the tires in case this goes to, you know, late cautions. I don't hate it, but I don't know. I mean,
that was a long run.
Yeah, it was a long run, exactly.
That was the longest run of the race, I think.
That was, what, like 20, 25 laps, something like that?
Yeah.
So coming out of the pits...
Yeah, it's Connor Trafari.
Yeah, Trafari, Thurston all the way down in 8th. Let's take a look here at the top 10. So right now we got... Oh, that's last. No, so we got Collier stayed out, then Trafari, Gallagher, Lilly, Martinez Jr., Cook, Aiden Smith, Thurston, Robertson, and Roldan. So Diego Roldan made up a couple spots on pit road.
Yeah, so this is definitely what you were talking about earlier when we were talking about Gallagher and Cook. Collier's trying to save a set. The caveat to that is that he's going to have to sacrifice a bit of speed out on the track. Hopefully a few more cautions lend his way, because if not, then that's when the problems start there for Collier, and we start having what we saw with Roldan and Thurston during that last run. They just had no grip to speak of and couldn't fight for position.
Yeah, you got to imagine that Collier, he's just going to drop like a rock on this restart. He's going to have the restart of a lifetime as Miles Davis.
Yeah, Davis has just given up. He didn't pit, and he's a lap car. He stayed out because he was trying to see if he can get a wave, but because Collier stayed out, he was trapped a lap down. Going through our top 10, Hunter M. Collier with the lead, Connor Trafari in second, Jason Gallagher third, Chris Lilly in fourth, Jerry Cook in fifth, Nicholas Martinez in sixth, Thurston down to seventh. Then we have Aiden Smith at 8th, Landon Warren in 9th, and Aiden Robertson in 10th.
Now my question is, are these guys going to take care of themselves, or are we going to just more chaos?
Well, here's the deal. This entire race has been chaos so far. These guys cannot behave themselves. But there is a rule of thumb. If we wreck enough cars, then we'll have a green flag run. Right?
Will we, though? Will we really?
I think so. Less cars, less the carnage. That's how it works.
You know, when you put it that way.
So I think that they should have one more big one. Okay, let's have a clean slate. Okay, let's take out like 5 or 6 more cars, and then we can wing it to the end.
So they're getting double. So they're starting to double up now, and boy, Godspeed, Collier. That's all I'm going to say is Godspeed.
Yeah.
You're going to need a great restart.
Yeah, well, the whole point here is that Collier is just trying to stay out as long as he can. So when he pits again, it actually means something. If he pits under this next caution, which probably will happen, let's be honest, he's basically just wasting his time. I mean, he might as well have just pit under this caution, but We'll see what happens here. Collier is going to be leading this race. Connor Trafari in second. Then it's going to be fucking, oh my god, I forgot. Jason Gallagher in third, Chris Lilly fourth, and Jerry Cook in fifth.
So this should be really interesting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is going to be how these guys are going to traverse Collier. Could either be some incredible driving or an incredible wreck. We're about to find out. Here we go. Coming to the restart zone, and we are back underway. Collier gets away very well.
Not bad. I actually kind of like what Jafari did. He chose to stay patient. He knows he got the tire advantage. No reason to risk anything on the start. And you just see right there just the amount of time he gains on Collier into turn one. Down on the bottom, not quite actually. Collier holds on at least for half a lap.
Yeah, Hunter M. Collier blocked him going into turn one. And Trafari just kind of had to back out of it, but that won't last too long. Trafari now trying to take over the lead. Collier trying to hold it. Aiden Smith into the wall once again in the back.
I'm impressed on this restart with Hunter M. Collier. He's actually held his own. Now he loses the lead, and I think now we're going to start to see him drop, but you know, that just shows even with the clean air what you're able to do. Even, you know, you can hold off for a little bit of time, and I think now you're going to start to see...
Oh, there goes really Quentin Haley off the bumper of Alexander Hyder. He saves it, but the caution's going to come out.
I think Collier was just wishing, could that happen just a lap ago?
Same exact situation we saw in the last one, same place. I think this time, though, he, let's get a onboard here. Yeah, so he's trying to go to the, oh, okay, I see what happens here. He gives a bump to the back of Landon Warren down the backstretch. That gets him out of ease. Warren into the fence. The 13 comes down onto the nose of Alexander Hyder. He gets a little bit of air down the backstretch, but all wheels stay on the ground. All things considered, that shouldn't have been a caution. He saved it, but we don't have manual yellows, so that will be a yellow.
It's going to be a long second half.
Yeah, these guys are just not... God, it's annoying.
And how much money you want to bet Collier's going to come into the pits?
Yep, there he
goes.
there
you go.
Yeah, so he was hoping for a longer run there that never came.
Okay, I will be right back.
I'm telling you, man. We love ASCA. ASCA is a treasure that's been passed down from my father and his father. Alright, you're going to hold it, you're going to keep it. Alright, you're going to keep it in your little hand, okay? That's what ASCA is. ASCA, you know, we have a Bible. Okay, we have a Bible. ASCA has a Bible. And there's a lot of rituals in there. A lot of gay fan fiction, too. So if you ever get your hands on the ASCA Bible, make sure to cherish it. Make sure to keep it. And don't spread it around, okay? Don't spread it around like HIV, you know? Connor Jafari in the lead of this race. Jason Gallagher second. Jerry Cook in third. Lilly in fourth. And Thurston back into fifth. I'm praying that we can get some green flag racing at some point here, fellas, because I know that's what you guys are here to see.
Okay, I'm back.
I had a pleasant conversation about faith while you were gone.
Is that right?
I did.
Enlighten me.
When you're the next time you're taking a shit, remember this timestamp and listen to it. It's beautiful.
You know what? I'll just listen to it now when we wait for the
okay.
restart. Hold on. Who's up front, the terrorist? As Arevalo just ear rapes us. Okay, let's go to this timestamp. Let's see this. Let's hear this. No, wrong stream.
ASCA is ASCA, you know, we have a Bible. Okay, we have a Bible. This guy's a Bible. And there's a lot of rituals, a lot of gay fan fiction. So if you ever get your hands on the ASCA Bible, make sure to cherish it. Make sure to and don't spread it around, okay? Don't spread it around like HIV. Connor Jafari in the lead of this race. Jason Gallagher second, Jerry Cook in third.
Don't spread it around.
Back into fifth. I'm breaking this out.
So, the ASCA Bible, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah. The holiest of Bibles.
it is.
And what did you say is in that Bible again?
So there's some ancient text,
Mhm.
some gay fan fiction sprinkled in there too. A lot of it containing Chris Lilly, actually. It's true. It's true.
Just imagining it's like, and I'm just like, and get
It's true. There's some
Gavin,
there's some pictures as well. There's some pictures.
Oh, we got some also some holographic.
We got some holographic
hieroglyphic.
cards
Hieroglyphic.
in there. And most of all, we have instructions on how to properly tax evade without the IRS figuring it out.
Oh wow, very nice.
Yeah, how do you think Chris gets away with not paying taxes?
Oh, that's
I didn't
nice.
say, I didn't say that. All right,
Well,
we're enough fucking around. We do have to go back racing for probably like 2 more laps before we do this all over again. Connor Jafari, Jason Gallagher, blah, blah, blah. I've said this the last 3 times. Will I have to say it a 4th time? Let's find out. It's green flag.
nice jump from Trafari. Easily clears Gallagher. I think it's the best restart we've seen out of a leader tonight.
Yeah, Gallagher did not get a good jump that time. He has lost 2 spots. Here comes Jerry Cook now to the outside on Connor Jafari for the lead, but don't hold on too much. Here comes James Thurston on his inside.
Battle right now for the lead. Cook going to the outside. Trafari on the inside. You got Thurston a couple car lengths back.
Coming out of turn 4, they're going to complete a lap. Let's go. Let's see if we can make it 2. Connor Jafari under control right now, but for how much longer? Jerry Cook's looking everywhere to make this pass.
Now Cook's going all the way to the high line, trying to get that run up top to get through Trafari. Trafari blocks him, and actually he's going to get a bump here from Cook. And Thurston nearly gives Cook a bump going into turn 3.
Yeah, Connor's blocking now. Cook gave him a little bump down the back, got Connor out of shape. That gave Thurston the opportunity to make a dive to the inside. But again, Connor's doing a great job defending. For how much longer, though? Now Cook looks to the outside, but Trafari's pinching him up against the outside wall.
Yeah, he squeezed him going to turn number 1, but I think that's only going to help Cook. That's going to force him to use that outside line to make it work. And he gains a big run on Trafari as now Cook dives out to the bottom.
That was a crisscross for the ages. Moment he was clear of Thursday, he made the dive down low, and nothing Trafari can do. Jerry Cook now to the lead, but for how much longer? They're going 3 wide here for the lead.
Trafari back down to the bottom. He's actually going to lead this lap, and Thurston giving a little bit of a draft down in that 3rd spot.
Yeah,
Cook
right.
once again going to make that outside line work. Jafari in the middle. He covers Thurston on the bottom. Cook, he's got the high line to himself this time. He looks like he's going to clear Jafari going to turn number 3. And if I'm Cook, I'm staying on that high line. It's been working for you all race long. Why stop now?
Cook is trying to do 2 things. He's trying to save his stuff by not running the top, but he also needs to know that the defensive line to hold on to this lead is going to be the top. He's going to come up and block Trafari. Trafari goes back down to the bottom.
He's working the high line in turns 1 and 2, and I think he likes it better in turns 3 and 4 towards the middle of the track. So I don't even know if that's necessarily he's trying to save his stuff. I think he's just trying to position his car where he thinks it runs best.
And Thurston...
Let's see here in turns 3 and 4, sorry to cut you
That's all
off,
good,
but
brother.
now he runs the high line in turns 3 and 4 pretty well. Thurston's going to come along with him, trying to get that 2nd spot from Trafari, but I feel like we haven't talked about Thurston spins in the wall!
And he's going...
And he's still spinning!
Yeah, he's trying to spin it. Yeah, he kept his foot in it, and James Thurston is around. No caution, and that was contact with Connor Trafari. And, I mean, it's the same thing we always talk about. Trifari turns James Thurston. It's the same shit that we talk about him every other week. He does stupid shit like this, and he will get away with it, because of course he will.
Well, it all depends on Chris Lilly, which actually, I'm listening to what I'm saying right now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he will get away with that.
Especially because, you know,
yeah, that's just...
Chris Lilly literally had a front row seat, because Chris Lilly right now, he is sitting in that 6th position, so he saw everything that transpired in front of him.
And the worst thing is, I'm sure that Trifari's going to find some way to blame that on Thurston.
Oh, he will.
Yeah. He did that same exact thing to Aiden Smith on the final lap at Iowa, and he blamed him for it because, like, he went 1 inch down the backstretch. Two things to mention. First off, Martinez has rode the wall through turn 1. He's lost 3 spots. But look who's in 3rd. This is a new face. I talked about him during the pre-race show and about how he needs a little bit more confidence. It seems that that confidence has come to life for Landon Warren. He's right now running 3rd.
Wow, really good run for Warren in that 23 car. Remember, he got involved with a couple of incidents, a couple cautions ago, and here he is in that 3rd spot, challenging possibly for this lead the next couple laps.
Yeah, and Landon Warren's a fan favorite here of our series. He's been in championship contention for the last 2 seasons and all the way back in season 1. He's one of our veterans, one of the best to do it. But again, this transition to iRacing has been really rough for him. He has not been able to put up some good performances. Things are changing tonight, though. Not only has he been up into 3rd place now, but he did that on pace. He's been passing guys.
Let's see what his lap time is. So Cook's last lap of a 32.147. Jafari, Lauren was a 31.950, so we actually went faster. Jafari also was a 31, so Cook about 2/10 slower than 2nd and 3rd. That's going to be something to watch out for as he leads this race.
I'm right now watching 7th place right now. It's Aiden Smith on the top, Roldan on the bottom. Roldan is quicker. He's trying to make that bottom work, but Smith, as we know, is so good on that top. He's clearly one of the best to run the top right now, but Smith's going to go ahead and give it up right here. Diego Roldan moves up to 7th.
Lap 87. Current lap running between the leaders. So less than 50 laps to go in this race in crunch time.
And that is Martinez Jr. again into the fence. Roldan evasive action down to the bottom of the track. Now trying to go up to 6th. I'm going to shut up, though, because we have a battle for the lead.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Gavin, the battle for the lead is heating up as Connor Trafari was side by side with James Thurston in turns 3 and 4, but, excuse me, with Cook in turns 3 and 4, but Cook making that in high sideline. I don't know what speak English at this point.
Jerry Cook right now leading, having to defend once again from Connor Trafari. And Jerry Cook is definitely keeping in mind the fact that Trafari is reckless. He took out James Thurston to keep 2nd place. It's the main reason why he's even competing for the lead right now. So he's definitely going to keep that in mind, as I see that is Jason Gallagher hitting the fence coming out of turn 4.
So in turns 3 and 4, it was actually Trafari that went on the high side and Cook went on the inside. So a swap of lines here between the 70 and the 9, and Trafari finding some success as he easily makes up the ground between himself and the leader.
Yeah, and right now, this is great news for Landon Warren. These two battling is exactly what he needs. He's now within a second of the top 2. This could very soon turn into a 3-man dance for the lead.
And maybe even a 4-man dance for the lead, as Jason Gallagher is only a few car lengths behind Warren as well.
Man, I love polyamorous relationships, but let's get back to these two. Connor Trafari and Jerry Cook. Things are getting real close between these two. Here comes Trafari. He's going to have a good launch here coming out of turn 2.
Lap 90 is the lap we're on right now. Trafari all over the back bumper of Cook. Cook down to the bottom. Trafari to the high side. Trafari should get the run coming out of turn 4.
Let's see what he can do with it here. Now it's going to be up to Cook to block, but I'll tell you, Trafari did not get the best exit that I was wondering. I'm telling you, these tires, these is the longest that these guys have had to run on this set. Here comes Trafari to the inside with a dive bomb. Will he be able to clear Cook?
Throws it all the way down, but Cook's so good at using that high line, able to cover. I think that's why he's smart with letting Trafari use that high line, because I'm pretty sure he knows that Trafari can't make the high line work as well as the 70 can. So he said, you know what? If you want this, I'm going to give you that top, because I know you're not going to make it work. And that just shows the confidence that Jeremy Cook has in that car. Not only that he can make it work on all lanes, but that he's confident enough to say, I'm going to give you the preferred lane because I know my car is better than you to work anywhere else.
Yeah, I'm worried about Jerry here because, hey, if you make Connor wait too long, he might just go ahead and shove you out of the way or might just wreck you out of the way like he did with Thurston. That's going to be a fun post-race interview to hear about. Right now is Jerry Cook, Connor Jafari, Landon Warren, Jason Gallagher, Chris Lilly. Diego Roldan continues his charge. He is now approaching the back bumper of Chris Lilly for 6th. After that, big shout out to Alexander Hyder. He is dealing with a beat up car right now and is sitting in 7th, continuing to make moves. Martinez is still slamming the fence on every point on this track, but is still holding on to 8th. Eichelberry in 9th, and Aiden Smith and Hunter M. Collier are fighting it on the track for 10th.
You know, this really benefits Hyder because it looked like for most of the race, Thurston was going to clear himself to either a win or a good top 5 finish, but with that incident with Trafari, Hyder now in a position to retake the championship lead away from Thurston, with Thurston running all the way down to 19th.
I'm curious on what I want to talk about that a little bit more, but I'm curious what the hell's going on between Eichelberry and Martinez. Martinez might be a little displeased with him because he was all over his back bumper down the front straightaway. Nothing has really changed here at the front, though. I mean, these guys have kind of settled in, I think, and now a tire-saving game is going on.
Possibly. We're hearing there's something on Caden's end that something was going on. Not sure exactly
well,
what
Caden is all the way back. Owen, who money shifted on lap 1, is literally going fast. And speaking of which, Owen Chabinski is drifting down the front straightaway. The last time we saw that happen, Diego Roldan got a suspension, so he needs to cut that out.
Yeah, well, that's not good.
And now he's hitting the wall.
Okay. Owen. Owen.
Am I able to? I'm not able to talk. Okay, I was going to tell him to quit doing that. Anyway.
Owen, just park it. Join us up here in the booth. Just park it.
Yeah.
Join us. Come on. Come on, Owen. Join us.
Landon Warren hit the wall going down to turn 1. Jason Gallagher making a peek to the inside. Gallagher's not able to go anywhere. Warren's momentum has really started to fall off here. Probably the tires have something to do with that. But Gallagher can't really do anything because Warren's really good on the top.
Well, keep in mind, too, that Chris Lilly and Diego Roldan are right behind this battle as well. And speaking of the battle for lead is on as Jafari goes to the inside of Jeremy Cook. They're going to be side by side going to turn number 1. I think Jafari, he's finally starting to get impatient with that 70 car as he just sails it off into the first turn.
Yeah, but don't hold on too much. Here comes Jerry Cook back around the outside. Cook hit the wall coming out of turn 4, which is what invited that move by the 9. Here we go into turn 3. Connor Trafari sliding up the track. He's going to hold it on the bottom. It's going to be close here coming out of turn 4.
I give a lot of credit to Connor Trafari. He could have easily stood up the track and forced Cook to use the brakes, but he held the line and gave the room to the 70 car.
I wish he did that more often. Trafari is now clear. Will he slide up? Yes, he will. Connor Trafari to the lead. But for how long will Jerry Cook put a counterattack? And Landon Warren is here. 3 cars for the lead.
Connor Trafari actually made a clean pass for the lead. I don't believe it.
I can't believe it. I think that's the first time he's done that all season long, actually.
Maybe in his career. And hold on, he's going to have to wait on that a little bit longer. Jeremy Cook, he's going to look to play the reverse card on Connor Trafari, as now he's on the inside of the 9 car, going to turn number 1.
And Connor's in the fence. He overdrives turn 1, and that's going to give Cook the lead. No, it isn't. Connor Trafari's going to keep up the momentum from hitting the fence and defends the lead coming out of turn 2.
Cook got loose coming out of corner eggs, and that allows Trafari to hold on and clear the lead. And now Jason Gallagher is side by side with Landon Warren.
Yeah, Landon
Battle
Warren's
for the
struggling.
lead, battle for third.
And Jason Gallagher's going to complete the pass. Yeah, Warren's beginning to struggle right now with those tires. Jason Gallagher might be a little bit more prepared for this kind of battle. He's done it before when he won at Indy a couple weeks ago. He's looking to make it 2 wins in the season.
Boy, Cook is just so good using that bot, using that top line. I think Trafari's finally figuring it out how to make that top line work.
As you say that, he hits the
wall.
fence.
Yeah, he gets it to the fence.
Cook's all over the back bumper here. Oh, things are getting so close here between the leaders.
My iRacing picks a terrible time to start freezing.
Going into turn 1 here. Connor Trafari having to defend. Cook is having to check up hard. He gives the wall a little bit of a kiss. Jason Gallagher on the bottom, catching both of them for the lead.
Can my iRacing start working, please? I don't ask for much. Just start working again. Why are you frozen?
I'll take it over here for a little bit. Jerry Cook now on the outside. Connor Trafari on the inside. This will be another big run by Cook down the front straightaway. Cook's going to choose to go high this time, but that's just going to kill all of his momentum.
Less than 30 laps to go in the race. Connor Trafari looking for his second win of the season. Jeremy Cook looking for his first, as the path to the playoffs becomes clearer and clearer between the ASCA contenders. But right now, it's Connor Trafari up front.
Trafari beginning to pull away here. Cook now having to run the top, and Jason Gallagher's approaching Cook for second. I'm wondering what kind of real pace Gallagher has as we're approaching the final 30 laps here of this race.
Okay, I'm just going to restart my iRacing.
Okay, go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and talk about this because things are getting close between Jerry Cook and Connor Trafari. Connor Trafari slams the apron going down to turn 1. This is going to be Jerry's open ticket, and a ticket he shall give. Here he goes to the outside on Connor Trafari. And into turn 3, Jerry Cook has taken the lead back from Connor. This has been an incredible battle over the past 30 laps. And Connor is going to have to re-rack and try again. Because not only is Jerry beginning to pull away, Jerry's sideways! He clips the apron down the front straightaway, holding on to the thing. Here comes Trafari back down to the inside. Side by side coming out of turn 2. Jerry Cook going to whip it around the outside once again and holds on to the lead. Here comes Jason Gallagher now on Connor for second. How will these two fare? Connor's going to go back down low here on Jerry. Jerry's forced to run the outside line, but that might just be exactly where he wants to be at this rate. Try to use up whatever tire you have left. Right now it's Cook, Trafari, then Gallagher. Lilly has passed Landon Warren, and how about Alexander Hyder with a fucked up car is inside the top 5, and he's catching the leaders. This isn't looking like a classic ASCA finish. Look at all these veterans. We have Trafari, Gallagher, Lilly, Hyder, and Warren all chasing the rookie in Jerry Cook.
Racing's back.
My goodness, Armani. This has been some incredible fighting, and more fighting we shall have. Here comes Jason Gallagher. He's approaching the back bumper of Connor Trafari. And remember, these two were hitting each other earlier on the race. Connor's into the fence. Here comes Gallagher down to the inside. They'll be even coming out of turn 2.
Battle was for the lead. Now the battle's for the second spot. You got Trafari just a couple of cars. You got about half a car length ahead of Gallagher, but Trafari got the preferred high line over the 85. Who's going to prevail? It's going to be Trafari.
Yeah, Trafari's going to be able to rip that top. And I'm telling you, this is the longest run that we've had all race long. These tires are screaming for grip. Oh, there goes Cook up into the fence. We're going to be seeing that a lot over these next 25 laps. These guys trying to rip the fence and not having the grip to do so. But I'll tell you, hitting that wall seems to help a little bit.
Yeah, but Jeremy Cook's got to be careful here because you're getting Trafari, who's starting to understand how to make this line work. You got Chris Lilly. They're got pitting. Pit stops.
And one of the few times this season, Connor is spinning, almost spun it, coming on the pit road. I wonder if you have some speeding penalties because Cook was sideways coming in, Trafari was sideways coming in. And for really one of the first times this season, the only other time I could think of this was Watkins Glen and Indy. We're having some green flag pit stops. Hopefully these guys will cooperate a little bit and we won't have a caution during these green flag pit stops.
So far, so good. Get a pit lane shot to see who gets out first.
So Lilly is going to be out on the lead. He's coming in along with Landon Warren. Again, Lilly spinning on the pit road. Landon Warren's going to pass him, but that is a lot of time lost there for Chris Lilly.
Trafari's actually the first one off pit road, and then it's Hyder and then Gallagher. So something happened with Jeremy Cook. He's still on pit road.
Yeah, there's something going on there with the 70. I don't know what. You know, he did hit the wall a lot. I wonder if he has some required. I don't know what's going on over there at the 70 pit.
But meanwhile, you got Connor Trafari. He's taken over. I mean, we'll call it what the provisional lead for now, but Look who's entered the equation.
Alexander
Alexander Hyder. Just
My God.
about a second behind. Not even like half a second behind Trafari.
Think about how insane it would be if Alexander Hyder were to go out and win this race with that fucked up car. He has been involved in, I could probably count at the top of my head, 3 accidents tonight. And he's in a position, the fact that he's in a position to win this race is unreal.
Wow.
Mobley Kelly's on pit road. Caution's out. God damn it. You people are awful. Genuinely. And it's Aiden Robertson. Okay. Jesus Christ. You people are awful. Like, I genuinely can't even. Can we get a green flag run? Please.
I mean, we did get a green flag run.
No, I want one where pit strategy is like a thing. I wanted to go to the end. It was going to be so cool, but no. Let's see what he did. What did Aiden do? He wrecked himself. He fucking wrecked himself. Jesus Christ. He wrecked himself. Yeah, no, he's fucking stupid. Why were you on the gas? Just let off the gas, man. Jesus Christ. You are awful.
Because he's an ASCA
You
Cup
should
Series
have,
driver.
when you quit originally, you should have not come back. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
No, I'm sick of it, man. I mean, this is awful. People like that.
Wow. Say it like
Jesus
you mean
Christ.
it.
Yeah, I am going to say it like I mean. I mean, what a fucking moron. Jesus Christ. No one's going to bring it down pit road here. I think everybody came down pit road right before the yellow came out, so there won't be any shenanigans like we had to end it. Wait.
What?
Roldan's leading, and he isn't pitting. Am I missing something? Did he pit earlier? I'm going to go ahead and just show up the UI really quick. I'm curious. Did he pit at a point?
That's the only thing I can think of.
No. I can't see from here that he pit.
Can you go back and look at all his laps?
That's what I did. I don't see a lap. I do have the UI up. That's like blocking everything. But I don't see a lap time where he's like.
There's on lap 105. He did a 1:03.
Oh shit.
So
yeah. Okay. So he did pit. He did pit on lap 105. Did he short pit?
Yeah.
He short pit. So that's what happened. So. Wow. That's crazy.
Okay. Diego rolled on. Massive props.
Massive props to Diego Roldan. He short pit jumped everybody. And he is now your leader with that caution.
Wow, I was not expecting that. I thought it was going to be Trafari and Hyder, but Roldan is now back into the equation.
And man.
So everyone is accusing, and by everyone I mean Trafari. He's accusing Robertson of spinning on purpose.
If he did, he's getting a suspension. And he's already going to get in trouble a lot for ruining it, so.
Well, actually, we also got Miles Davis saying spin. So Miles Davis is saying spin gate. Trafari's saying spin gate.
Well.
Then Davis is saying something. Trafari's saying something, so.
Well, here's the problem. None of them actually saw him do it. So it's baseless until said otherwise. What we can do is take a look for ourselves. Let's get the cockpit cam going. Let's see. Oh shit, I'm awful. Oh god, I'm not good at this. I don't think that's on. Okay, I don't think that's on purpose. It's not.
He's just an idiot.
He's an idiot. And I know that because I've known him for a long time. He is a moron. This is absolutely something that he would do. I know that, like, we all want to, like, have the conspiracy theory that, like, he was, like, you know, doing it on purpose. No, he's just stupid. He's just dumb. That's all it is.
You know, sometimes that's just it. Sometimes you're just an idiot.
Yeah, so. It's a shame, but it is what it is.
It happens.
It's just how it is, unfortunately.
So why is Diego when
I don't know what they're doing. They're being dumb.
Why is Diego what?
Yeah, no, they're just fucking around with the pace car, so.
I don't know.
Alright, but let's go ahead and get a re-rack of what's going on here. We're going to be coming back to the green here with 17 laps to go in this race, all right? So we're coming towards the end here. These guys are going to be losing their shit more than they already have.
Oh, yeah.
Diego Roldan is on slightly older tires. He was one of the first to pit. He short pitted past everybody. We got Trafari, who was going to be the provisional leader before Roldan made that short pit. We have Hyder, who has a ton of damage on that car. We got Jason Gallagher, and then Robert Eichelberry, I also believe, did do a short pit, and that's why he is up in 5th. Here we go. We're coming to the restart here, and you notice there are a lot of people that are on that bottom line. A lot of people sped to make sure that they can get all their damage done. Let's go back racing here. 17 to go.
Green flag.
Good jump from Roldan. Easily clears himself of Trafari. Nearly clears Hyder as well for Trafari.
How about Alexander Hyder? He is now on the attack, but Trafari's not going to let him go that easily. Side by side, down the backstretch between the two Uprise drivers.
So Jeremy Cook is now out of this equation, of course, because something happened to him on pit road. Again, we're not exactly sure what happened. So I want to say as of now, Hyder's got the fastest car despite all the damage. So I'm going to look more as to what lines are Diego Roldan going to run. Is he going to run the lines? Like, no, he's going to the bottom. I mean, the speed is on the high side. I mean, you're coming up on now 15 laps to go. You got to start pulling away from everyone. I'm not sure if he's just not comfortable making the top work, but he's got to start finding a way to get the top lane going because we got like 14 laps to go coming up.
Well, we saw the fall off from those 15-lap runs we saw earlier. It's definitely making a difference. I would not be shocked if he's just trying to take these first couple laps to try to save whatever he can. So when it is showtime in about 5 laps from now, he does have the grip to be able to defend.
Yeah, well, he's got Connor Trafari behind him, so I mean, I wouldn't even want to try to defend Trafari. I want to go on the offense. Don't even give Trafari an opportunity to
what
force me
the
to
fuck
play
is
defense.
Dimitri
Why
doing?
is Mundros, what?
What is he doing? Jesus
Why
Christ.
is-
Okay, well, we're going to ignore him. I don't know what he's doing, but we're just going to ignore him and focus on the action. Connor Trafari is on the back bumper of the 99. He's making him peek to the inside here for the lead, but Roldan's not going to give him it too easily.
We got a battle for the 4th spot as well between Hunter M. Collier and Jason Gallagher. Gallagher's got the advantage right now, but Collier not giving up. Speaking of not giving up, Jafari's not giving up on trying to get this race lead from Diego Roldan.
Yeah, Roldan needs to be careful. I'm sure he's heard about the contact that Trafari's had with a few drivers tonight, including Jason Gallagher and James Thurston. He needs to be careful.
Here we go. Hyder going to the top first. I was going to see. I think the guy who gets to the top first is going to have the advantage. And right now it's Hyder. He gets a big run going down the backstretch. And now Trafari, he's going to try his hand onto the top side.
Yeah, Trafari's doing that, one as an offensive move, but as a defensive move, too. He wants to stop him.
Everybody in the wall.
Everybody into the fence. That's going to be a big opportunity for Hunter M. Collier. He has passed both Gallagher and Lilly. He is now up to 4th, and he has put himself in a position to win this race.
Hyder still making that high line work. Look how much speed he gets on the leader. Oh, Roldan just blocks him, and he's going to continue to give Hyder that outside. I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
No, Roldan's coming up.
Talk yourself.
Hyder's going to pull a crossover down to the bottom. Unbelievable. Alexander Hyder with a beat-up car is to the lead with 11 laps to go.
I don't believe it. How is this car still even drivable?
Slide job, here we go.
Nails it in. Here we go.
Roldan coming up.
Nearly got into him. Oh, my goodness.
And that's Roldan throwing everything at the win. He knows that his season has not been good. He needs this win if he wants to be back in championship contention. Connor's coming back down on the inside.
The battle for the lead is now between the 24 and the 9. Alexander Hyder with the advantage. Connor Trafari now with a big charge for Roldan, who gets sideways down in the triangle.
My God, Hunter M. Collier into the fence. Lilly's going to go through the middle between Collier and Roldan. He's going for 3rd now. The battle is between Trafari and Hyder, but Trafari's really pushing it. He's hitting the wall coming out of turn 2.
Hyder's just taking care of his stuff right now as we've entered 10 laps to go here in the race. Right now it is Hyder And then Trafari. Lilly has entered to the third spot. Diego Roldan and Hunter M. Coley.
I'm telling you, the fact that Hyder is even in a position to win this race is unbelievable. And I do want to say, while I probably have the short time too, this race is in memory of AJ's dog. It has been a really tough time there for him and his family over the last couple of weeks due to that passing. I know that he loved her a lot, and I'm wishing him the best. How special would it be to get a victory here with his dog on the car?
That would be phenomenal.
9 laps to go. Trafari is on the move. He's closing in on the back bumper now. Things are not over.
Not over at all. Both drivers separated by just a few car lengths. We know what Trafari can do. What will Hyder do in response? You got Lilly in the third spot waiting to strike in case these two get together.
Again, Trafari's just tagging the right rear up against the fence. That's how you know he's really pushing it. And Lilly is approaching this battle. It might become 3 cars here in a second, especially if there's contact being made. Which at this point, I mean, there's only one way to go. If you want to make passes, you got to do it on the top. He might have to use the bumper here on Hyder.
Yeah, I don't think he's really got a choice unless he's going to force Hyder to take the quieter
into the wall goes the 9.
Yeah, Hyder's just controlling the pace. He is forcing Trafari just to make these aggressive moves, and now he's got a few car lengths between himself and the 9, and now the 9 is on a hard charge from Lilly.
And into the wall again goes Connor Trafari. This race is falling apart. Hyder is beginning to pull away, and now Lilly's looking to his inside.
5 laps to go in the race. Hyder, for his 3rd win of the season, his first since Watkins Glen over a month ago. But now Chris Lilly has entered the conversation. He pulls a slide job on Connor Trafari.
Connor Trafari's going to give him a tag in the rear. He's now going to look back low, but it ain't going to work. Lilly is now up to second, and think about this. Lilly does not have a win on the season. He is in a position where he needs to beat Hyder if he wants to gain some points back in the championship after his bad race at Bristol last weekend. But with only 5 laps to go, is there enough time?
We've been clowning on Chris Lilly, the official all season long. But can Chris Lilly, the driver, get it done? He actually gains a lot of ground on Hyder that time around, a couple car lengths between himself and the 24.
It's not enough. You have to make your move down on, or not down, but up on the high side. The bottom is not going to work. You might gain some time in the short term, but in the long term, you really do need to be getting as much momentum on the high side as you can. But no one's able to do it like Hyder can.
Hyder, just a few laps away from his 3rd win of the season. You mentioned it earlier, passing of his dog. He's got the dog on the hood, and he's looking to be in memory of the dog in victory lane, and he's just a couple laps away from doing so.
Hyder's in the fence. Hyder's hit the wall, entering turn 1. It's not over. The damage on that car is really starting to show its wear. Here comes Chris Lilly coming out of turn 2.
Chris Lilly looking for his first win of the season. He has an ASCA championship, and he's got no wins on the year. It's been Hyder and Thurston all year long. Lilly's been in the mix as well with his consistency, but he's got a goose egg in the win column. He's trying to change that. 2 laps to go.
To the inside for a second. You can tell down the front stretch, Hyder is struggling. Lilly's putting so much pressure on him right now. These two have had so many legendary battles during their ASCA careers together since they first joined forces in Season 2. Will this be another one going into turn 3?
Alexander Hyder is just 1 1/4 of a laps away from victory. Lilly, he's got one more shot at it to get his first win of the season. White flag is in the air one more time around in Kansas.
Lilly's got to throw everything at him right now. Lilly's got to do everything that he can. They're both sideways going into turn 1. Coming out of turn 2, Hyder's going to have the run down the back.
Lilly really loose coming out of turn 2, and that might be enough for Alexander Hyder. Working his way through 3 and 4. Lilly's going to sail it going to turn 3, but he's not even going to get side by side with Alexander Hyder coming out of 4.
Alexander Hyder, 3rd win of the season, and probably the most impressive of his career. Alexander Hyder wins the EJ Designs 180. And there's going to be a good bump there from Chris Lilly. Another good bump from his other teammate, Connor Trafari. This is going to be an emotional win there for Alexander Hyder. A great win there for him. Incredible that he is able to do that in that fucked up car. That just shows how great of a driver he really is.
What a race.
And I think, as well, he will, with Thurston finishing... I don't even see him in the top... He finished 17th. Thurston finished 17th. With that, that's going to... Here comes his other teammate, Jason Gallagher. One more good bump there. All the Uprise drivers coming on over and giving him a bump. With Thurston finishing 17th today, Alexander Hyder has had everything go right today. He will be your point leader once again coming out of Kansas Speedway. He's going to go ahead and burn it down, and while he does that, we're going to go ahead and get our post-race results here. After 130 laps of action, Alexander Hyder brings it home for his third win of the season, back in the championship lead going into Canada. Chris Lilly second, Connor Trafari third, Jason Gallagher fourth. I just realized something. This is an Uprise top four. All the Uprise cars finished top four. And if you're going to count Roldan as an Uprise driver, he finished sixth. So, that is incredible stuff. Hunter M. Collier rounding out the top five. Diego Roldan in sixth. Aiden Smith in seventh. Robert Eichelberry in eighth. Landon Warren ninth. First top 10 of the season for Ty Smith. Good job for him. Moving on to outside our top 10, Aiden Arevalo in 11th, Ethan Harris in 12th, Martinez in 13th, Samito 14th, Aiden Robertson in 15th, fucking moron, Daniel Bonning in 16th. Oh, James Thurston is going to bring it home in 17th. I'm sure that we will have a lot to talk about with him post-race about what happened with the contact between him and Connor Trafari. Levi Leip 18th, Wayne A. Kennedy 19th, our very own Caden Mobley Kelly rounding out the top 20. And going to the rest of the field, Jerry Cook 21st. Something bad happened during that pit stop that completely took him out of contention. We'll talk to him about that. Miles Davis, a rough night there for him. Came into this race fourth in the points. We'll see how he looks out of it. Dimitri Mundros 23rd. Owen Chabinski 24th, Quentin Haley 25th, Kayla Hankins 26th, Ethan Moses 27th, and Jacob Mitchell didn't start the race. I don't know why he keeps trying to do these when he isn't going to race, in 28th. And that's going to go and round it up there for the EJ Designs 180. And with that, I'm trying to see if I can get AJ in here. Oh, AJ, get in here.
Yeah, he's still doing his victory lap.
He's still doing his victory lap. Well, you know what? We'll give him a minute. We'll give him a minute. All right. We need a minute. Besides that, my voice hurts. And also, I have some Reese's Pieces I need to eat. You think I should do ASMR?
Sure.
Yeah. I love ASMR. You aren't allowed to comment on it, Owen. You aren't allowed to comment on it. I love ASMR. Get out. I love ASMR. Get out. So, okay, Jacob Mitchell's here with an update. Apparently, he didn't quit. He wrecked himself on lap 1 and then he quit. Because apparently that's different.
What's the difference?
Yeah. What an incredible driver.
Gavin?
What's wrong?
Did you put the wrong thumbnail for the race?
Did I?
You got the Trey Carnes Designs night race.
Do I? You know what? I probably forgot to change it. Oops. Oh well. I'll just literally just change it after the race. My bad. My bad, guys. My bad. I accidentally forgot to change the thumbnail. Oops. I'm waiting for Hyder to get... Is Hyder in here yet? I need my Pookie Bear. Alexander Hyder. Oh my god, it's my Pookie Bear. Alexander... Hyder, come on in here, brother. Third win of the season. Third win. And it comes at a very special time for you here at Kansas Speedway. You had everything thrown at you today. You got involved in multiple accidents. Your car was torn apart. And you were still able to come home and win this race. So first of all, I want to ask, How bad was that car to drive? Like, how tough was it with the damage?
I mean, to be fair, I couldn't really notice too much of a difference, but all I knew is that like the left rear was destroyed, most of the front end was destroyed, specifically the right front. It was pretty much torn up all the hell. We got a couple wrecks, but I didn't really bother trying to fix it at all because I didn't feel like it altered the car too much. But yeah, that call ultimately paid off. I really wanted to get this car into victory lane. It's just been a really rough week for me. And no better medicine than winning, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's no better medicine than Sonic.
That's also true. Yeah.
It's true.
I get to play tomorrow.
Is it? Wait, when is it come? I know it's like.
Well, if you pre-order it, you get to play tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Then you get to play tomorrow.
Like 12 a.m. tomorrow.
I think.
Okay, so like in 2 hours.
Maybe. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow.
Okay, well, dude, I'm gonna be honest. I'm impatient as fuck. I'm gonna be getting into that. Let me get back to ASCA.
All right.
When it comes to that battle with Connor Trafari, what was the feelings like? Because I'm sure you heard that he was running through people again, as he does.
Yeah, you could say that. But,
yeah.
I don't know what happened between him and Thurston. I gotta.
I can tell you. He literally dumped him. I'm sure Connor's gonna come in here and he's gonna tell me, "Oh, Thurston like fucking like breathed down my neck and therefore like there was contact." No, he dumped his shit, and he was also running through Gallagher. He was all over the place.
I love Connor, but you know some things don't change. I guess.
Yeah, some things just don't change with him. But Hyder, congratulations on your win. I know that this scheme was very special to you, so I hope it does help with some healing. And congratulations on your win. You are back in the championship lead. And, hey, you got some Sonic you get to play tomorrow, so everything's looking good for you.
All right, yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem. And now that I've shit-talked Connor Trafari, I think it's only fair that I give him a chance to defend himself. Connor, before we get into my accusations, I want to ask you about how the battling was up front, because you had a lot. You fought against Cook. You fought against Thurston. You fought against Lilly. You fought against Gallagher. You fought against Hyder right at the end. How was it with all the fighting you had at the front here tonight?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really didn't think I'd be that fast going off of practice speed. Like I was just terrible. The car just didn't turn for me. But I think once it got to the nighttime, something just clicked because I could just run that top line. Now I think I was actually gaining on AJ a little bit there, like slowly and steadily. But I tapped the wall, and that kind of cooked my run there.
Yeah, you tapped it a few times.
I tapped it a few times, but there was one big tap, and that screwed it up. But it was honestly a lot of fun racing with Cook, AJ, Chris, Dur for a little bit. I'm probably missing someone else.
Yeah, you are. Let's talk about him. What happened with the contact with James Thurston? What happened there?
Yeah, I just lost skill. I was honestly planning to land by. I think. Well, I don't know if I was on the apron or not. I really would have to look back at it, but I was just trying to go up and get behind him and tuck into line because I knew he was faster all the entire race. And honestly, that probably was his race to lose, if I gotta be honest. So that was just 100% my fault.
Connor Trafari taking accountability for an accident? What?
What?
Yeah, I know.
No.
Are we live?
Yeah, we are live. We are live. Everyone is hearing this. Everyone live just heard this. The 10 people that are watching have just heard Connor Trafari is taking accountability for his terrorism.
It's crazy, dude. Yeah.
Dude, oh my god. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Genuinely. All right, but Connor, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. A second place finish for you. You did very well, ignoring the contact.
Third place finish.
Third place? Who finished second?
Yeah,
oh, yeah, I forgot Chris exists.
Yeah.
Hey, let's bring him in now. Hey, Chris, I forgot. You were battling for the win. Hi. Chris,
Hi.
Chris, for really it feels like the first time since like maybe Vegas. You actually had a chance to win this race. How was the battling out there all race long?
Well, the battling was fun. We were good on the long run, but God, I wish we could get some more green flag runs in.
Yeah, me too. Like we had that awkward point.
I got a little lucky there too. I did go those 2 laps extra to get the lead lap point, so I did have a little fresher tires at the end. But I mean, it's one thing to catch anybody. It's another thing to catch JJ. It's a little difficult.
And I want to ask you about this as we're approaching the end of the regular season here. Last week at Bristol was tough because you were right there and you just did not have things go your way.
I didn't have things go my way because Aiden DeRevelo hit the fucking brake pedal for 2 laps straight.
Okay, but moving on from Bristol, getting a good finish here tonight, a second place finish. How are you feeling going to these final few tracks and whether you can get yourself a regular season title?
I can't compete with these two. I can hang on by a thread, but I can't. I'm not going to be in contention for the title come Darlington.
You know, you're no fun. That's not fun. I was expecting
I'm
a courageous...
not no fun. It's just the truth, Gavin.
Well, Chris, your best finish of the season. So good stuff right there. Had a chance to win the race. And you know what, Chris? I think that you do have what it takes, all right? I see it in you. I see the Chris of past in Season 1, Season 2 beginning to show himself once again. So go to bed tonight knowing that I think...
I'm not going to go to bed. I got to look at these stupid penalties because we can't fucking race green!
Yeah. Well, hey, it's okay because we could just blame it all on Aiden Smith and ban him.
Said 8 cautions.
That's smart.
So Chris with a mixed feelings, very happy about his finish, but you know, he has to do his job now. So now I normally go in order, but I think James has waited long enough, and I want to hear his side of the story. James, first off, before we talk about the contact with Connor, how was that first half of the race there? Because you were pulling away, you were gone, you were on a whole different zip code. How was racing out there when before you got wrecked? Let's start there.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, the only bonus point we didn't get this race was the pole, and that's kind of what saved me with that finish. But yeah, like Chris said, I think it would have been nice to have some more long green flag runs, because the only thing that really could have stopped me was getting a lot of yellows and having, you know, chances on restarts to get wrecked, and that's just exactly what happened. And I was just playing the strategy game, trying to just make sure I could get there on fuel, on whatever would go green, and eventually we got to the point where there was enough yellows that we could pretty much just make it regardless. And then I got Trafari'd.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just I'm not gonna say anything too crazy because I've never had anything else with him before. But yeah, it's just annoying. I just want to race clean and stay in the lead.
Well, you already answered my second question. Unfortunately, a 17th place finish. But hey, you know, you put yourself in good positions in the past. All right, we have 3 races to go in the regular season. We're going over to another road course, which, hey, before you got murdered by Jerry at Watkins Glen, you were doing pretty good. So I think going to these next 3 races, I think you'll be all right. I think we could see you back up in the regular season fight by Darlington. So one bad race, I have to take it. And hopefully the rest of them are better for you, James.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Paris.
I'm bringing you back. I forgot you do your ad thing. Come back. Go ahead, James. Go ahead. James, do
Thanks
your
to
thing.
Power Smash Infinity Speed Motorsports for the very fast race car this week, and we're excited for the next ones.
All right.
Thanks to Piss Racing.
Imagine if every uprace driver started listing off. Thank you for CLD Designs for designing my incredible car. Anyway, moving on.
I would mute Chris Lilly.
I would
Even
ban
though-
literally everybody except Chris because he's the only one I can't ban. Anyway,
We will find a way.
maybe in old past. Anyway, I want to talk to Roldan. Roldan, get in here because another race where if maybe things went a little bit differently for you, we could have been talking to you as a winner. How was the racing first off out there today? Because you had a lot of racing up at the front.
I'd say, you know, we ran a clean race. I tried being clean with the others. Kind of made a little bit of contact. Kind of made a field of contact with a few of the people in the mid stages of the race.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, we had our first clean race of the season. I showed a lot of speed while I was leading, and then I fucked myself over trying to short pit, you know, trying to get that advantage with the green flag run coming to the end. But, you know, caution came out. Aiden Robinson.
Yeah,
decided to,
Aiden
be a
Robertson fucking
puck.
sucks. Fucking
But,
idiot.
Yeah.
But
we showed good speed, top 5 speed. Couldn't beat, you know, AJ and Thurston. You know, those 2 are the main competition. They're another state away from all of us. But, you know, we ran a good race. I'm happy with that. We got a top 10. I'm happy with that. Now I guess the next step is aiming for a win.
Yeah, and I want to ask you about that. You are right now in a position. Now, before this race started, you were in 28th in points. I don't know where you are now. After we're done with all the interviews, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it. But one win is all it takes for you to put yourself into a wild card spot, which, fortunately, from my knowledge, no one actually has claimed those yet. So that will just go to 13th or 14th, unless somebody outside the top 12 wins. So going into these final 3 tracks, we're going to be heading over to Canada. I know Darlington's the other one. I do not remember the one that's in between. Is it fucking... I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm looking at the schedule right now. It's... Oh, fuck it. No wonder I don't remember. It's Pocono. Anyway, going into these final 3 tracks, I want to ask you, first off, do you have any confidence in winning these tracks? And if you can win it, how are you feeling about a championship run, even if it's possible?
I feel like with like the tracks that are remaining in the schedule, I definitely not winning it because all those tracks are like bad at them.
They're weird. They're weird
They're
tracks.
weird tracks. Yeah, you got like a road course.
You have Canada.
Track.
You have
Yeah.
the middle of butt-fuck nowhere, Pennsylvania.
And then I don't know.
And then you got a fucking swamp.
Long Pond is not the middle of butt-fuck nowhere.
It's in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere because you live there.
All right. Anyway, yeah. So we got what? We got what? A road course, a Pringle, not a Pringle. Fuck, a Dorito.
A Dorito, yeah.
And an egg.
And an egg.
All right, Caden's kicking me out. I gotta go.
All right.
Okay.
But
I didn't.
you know, I
man.
feel like our chances at those tracks definitely won't get a top. We won't get a win because we suck butt. But I feel like a chance of a top 10, possibly a top 5, are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think my only problem is that I don't practice for these races. I just go straight raw dog into it. That might be that might be an issue.
All right. Well, Roldan, look, I have the confidence here. I see it. I see the future. You know what I see? I see Diego Roldan, Season 7 ASCA Cup Series champion. All right, I see it.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Wait, I need to plug my sponsors.
Oh, you need to plug your sponsors like Diego
right.
Roldan Photography that sometimes does his job.
I
If
like
he
to
feels
thank.
like it.
I like to thank Prime Energy Drink for
That's-
having
no,
the amount
no,
of like
he does
iron
not
in my
sponsor you.
lungs
They did
right
not
now.
pay you. No. they
I
did
like
not.
to thank Lunchly
No,
for having the mold
he
in my
did not
cheese.
pay you. He did not
And,
pay you.
You know,
No,
I
he
like my
didn't.
cheese drippy, bro.
No, you don't.
And
Fun fact.
I like to thank Advent Health, you know, Interstate Batteries.
No, they don't pay you. They don't
Mag
pay you.
Tools, Mobile One for the
No,
good.
No, you're done. Goodbye. No. Fun fact about that, actually. Did you know that Prime's distribution company, Power Distribution in the Heartland area, went out of business because they weren't paying them? I know, that's crazy. That's so weird, right? What? Prime not paying their people? Anyway, moving on from that. Let's talk about ASCA. Let's see. Oh, I know who to bring in. Hey, Aiden! Aiden, why do you fucking suck?
Because I took a month off driving this car.
Excuses.
It's not excuses.
That's actually all I have to say to you. Get out. Anyway. Alright, but let's actually talk to someone a little bit more important. Alright, a little bit more important. Aiden Smith. I saw you ripping the fence all race long. You were even up front at one point fighting for the lead. What was the racing out there like?
It was really fun. That lap 50, that whole stretch there, I was ripping the lip and I was gaining time, and then I just kept fucking up. Like here's the thing, I was at a meeting from 7 to 8:15, so I had to go home, turn on my sim, and I got into the session just as qualifying was starting. So my only practice were those 2 laps, and I think I qualified last of the people who set times. So to go out there and show that much speed, it's like, I don't know, this really makes me happy because the first half of the season was shit. There's no other way to put it. But since Charlotte, I had a average finish of 8.8, and that's including when I got wrecked the fuck out of by Perfari at Iowa, and I finished 21st. So I mean, it's just it's really inspiring to see that much growth in how good I've been since then.
Yeah.
Not qualifying, I'm not great at qualifying, to be honest, and I'm beating the hot lap merchant allocations, but just finishing results are getting there, and I'm moving up the order. I'm tied for 7th in points with Jerry right now, so it's just really cool.
And going into the chase in the coming weeks, you're practically a lock. Unless you start wrecking it like every fucking lap in these next 3 races, you're pretty much going to be guaranteed in. How far do you think you can go in the chase? I don't look, no disrespect, but unless you start pulling shit out of your asshole, I don't think you're going to be fighting for a title. But how far do you think you can go?
You're right. I'm definitely not going to be fighting for a title this season, but I think I don't know how the chases works. I looked at this.
It's literally just a 2010 format. So top 12 plus 2 wild cards, points are reset, 5-point increments, and then you go. So
yeah, but like, how many races and how do
it's
people get
7
eliminated?
or no? I think it's 7.
Okay, well, whatever it may be, I think I can make it. Like, if I continue the pace I'm at now, I can make it past the first round.
Well, there's
But
no
then
there's
it's
no
the-
rounds. It's a 7, brother. It's the 2010 format.
Dude, I wasn't conscious until 2017.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck.
It is 1 round. Okay.
Yeah.
1 round is a 7 race dash for the championship. All right. There's no eliminations. The points literally just get reset, and then it's just the normal point system.
Okay.
That's it. You know what?
Cool.
I think the fact that you don't know the format answers my question. Goodbye, Aiden Smith. I'm sending you to Africa.
No.
Yeah. Goodbye.
No.
Yeah. Goodbye. Goodbye, Aiden Smith. Goodbye. Hi.
Which son of black man to have?
Is he black?
I don't think so.
Okay, because if he's
I get
black,
the Aiden
I need to make it
confused.
clear right now. I did not know that, and all the times I've told him that I'm going to send him to Africa have been a coincidence. Okay, it has just been a coincidence. Now, let's talk about something a little bit more important. Ty Smith, you got to win. You got wait, no, you didn't. What are you talking? What am I talking about? You got a top 10. You got a top 10.
I know.
You did it,
Dude, I can't believe it. Can I tell you the truth?
Yeah, tell me the truth.
That's probably the worst race I've run in probably a year of iRacing.
Well, yeah,
That was awful.
You wrecked like twice, I think. you wrecked a few times.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I hit the wall out of 2 once, and that bent my right front toe. And then after that moment down the straights, especially down the backstretch, my car was really twitchy. Like it would just turn right and left at random times, and I wasn't really expecting it. So that's what happened with the 2 car. Or I
I was wondering about that because you just
Or I
dumped
can-
his shit.
Dude, I completely left hooked him, and I really did not mean to do it. I know a lot of the people in ASCA haven't raced with me in fixed races and like public iRacing races, but I'm always on the ass end of somebody else's problem, and tonight I was the problem. So yeah, I'm sorry to the 2 car. I ended up apologizing to him, but yeah, an unfortunate thing that happened there.
Yeah, well, you know what, Ty? Things worked out. All right, you got a top 10, you got your best finish, so everything's all good. It's okay if you ruin other people's nights because you did better. It's okay.
You know, for the record, I didn't really ruin his night. He actually ended up.
Yeah,
where did the 2 finish? In like 5th?
Yeah, no,
4th?
he's fine. He turned out perfectly fine. He actually turned out better.
There were a few moments in that race where like I felt like I could compete, not like compete, but like hang out around the top 5 or the top 7 or whatever. And then there were other times where I felt like 2017 Scott Speed. So
I don't.
You know.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? That's fine. I'm sure. You know what? I like Scott Speed. It's okay. All right. Well, Ty, I'm gonna go and let you go. All right. Top 10. Good shit. And you murdered a man, but it's okay.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
Yeah. No problem, bro. All right, Hunter. Hunter, I kind of forgot you were here. Hello, Hunter. Get in here. Hunter.
Hello.
You did your thing, which is just sit around 10th to 5th the whole race, and you got another good finish. How was it like out there?
Probably the first race all season where I finished better where I ran. I was maybe like 8th at best for that whole stint, and then at the end I got lucky with a caution towards the end, and took 4. Fired off on all cylinders for once on a restart. Made my way up into the top 5. Felt pretty good in the mid run. We have around 10 to 8 laps left. I felt like I could have maybe caught 3rd or maybe 2nd, but I just kind of fell off a wall after that. Maybe it's because I was too busy racing Diego and Gallagher, but it was an alright race overall.
Hunter, here's the problem that I have. Here's the problem. So the problem that I'm having is because you had such a clean, such a decent race, I really just don't have anything to ask you. You kind of just did your thing. Here, how about this, Hunter? Next week, I have a goal for you. Okay. So you know that 9 car, right? You know that 9 car that you see sometimes?
Yep, Connor Jafari.
Yeah, so, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I want to be able to actually ask you questions. That it isn't just me being like, hey, how did your race go? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to just fucking kill him, okay? I want you to do, just kill him, all right? Send him to the stands and murder hundreds of Canadians on the way. Because it's just...
Now, hold on a second here.
What?
I put my headset back on. You're trying to kill Blackstone?
No. Blackstone is going to be on the track racing, right, Blackstone? When you buy the track, right? Right? You're gonna buy the track, right? Because you know we have this race just for you. You know, to represent your species. You know.
Yeah. Right. It's not my interview turn.
His species, yes. The Canadian race.
I don't know if you can call it that.
Anyway.
Anyways.
You guys are interrupting Hunter's interview. Please. Let us continue.
Yeah, as I was saying.
He probably wants to go play Fortnite anyway.
Oh no, yeah, no, I was about to do that actually. I'm getting my boy Jared on.
All right, well,
but...
let me not stall you any longer. You enjoy your Fortnite.
All right, thank you. I'll enjoy very much.
All right, some of you guys have been waiting here a while, and unfortunately, some of you guys will have to wait just a little bit longer. Jerry. Everything was going so good for you, Jerry. And then you pitted under green, and everything went wrong. What happened?
I might have sped in pit road, and for God knows why. Gavin, let me ask you this, right?
Sure.
Sure. Does this make sense?
Sure. Okay.
Speed in pit road.
Yeah.
40-second hold. I don't know. That just doesn't add up.
Last time I checked, it's a drive-through.
Well, I don't know. I think in iRacing's always been 40 seconds, but yeah, that was what put me a lap down when the caution came out. So.
Well, I didn't know that, so I'll remember that for next time. But besides from the setback that basically ruined your race, you had a lot of green flag time where you were up front leading. How was the racing for the lead for you?
That was probably the most fun I've had racing for the lead, especially against Connor, because as much as of a terrorist that you make him out to be, me and him were racing with a lot of respect there for the most part. He was giving me a lot of room off the corners. I try to give him as much room as I can off the corners if he was on my outside, vice versa. But nonetheless, it's fun between us two, and I had a minor setback early on when I stayed out trying to save a set of tires. Me and Jason stayed out. I don't know what the hell happened off of turn 4. All I know is Thurston was to my inside, and then next thing I know, I'm turning the wheel, and I'm 20 miles per hour slower than Thurston, and next thing I know, that's the wall. Yeah. And then Martinez and Chris Lee went around with me. I still don't know how that happened. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know.
There's a lot of things in that race where I'm just kind of like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, there was a point at the end of the race where I was trying to pan the camera over a battle for fourth. They found Moondros just driving at 10 miles an hour in the grass in turn 3. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing there? Why is he there? Why is he? Because he did the same shit in Iowa. And I'm just like, why does he always keep doing this? He's gonna cause a caution because of iRacing at some point.
I was hoping a caution would come out in those last 10 laps, since I was tracking the lap down, since I won a lucky dog and all that. But I don't know if you caught it, but there was almost a wreck for last place between Thurston, Caden.
I was not paying attention to any of that late. I
and
know
Wayne
Thurston.
Kennedy.
Thurston was. I know.
Let me tell you this: they got together on the middle of the back straight, 3 wide, matter of fact, and those fuckers. I don't know how. They somehow saved it. They were all spinning. All 3 of them were just ramming into one another, door banging one another. I was pissed when I saw that. I was like, the one time y'all decide not to wreck is the one time a lap down. Come on, man.
Well, let me see. What do you know? What lap it was on?
I wish I knew.
Let me see.
It was towards the end, though.
It was towards the end. I think I found it. Oh yeah, I found it. All right, yeah. Let's see what happened here. Fucking. Oh yeah, they were okay. Okay, so it was Harrison, Blackstone, and Thurston, I think. Or was it just something different? Okay, so this was another 3 wide thing. Okay, what the fuck?
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, no,
Not
there were
even
multiple.
once, but twice.
Jesus fucking Christ! Because Wayne was on the front or the back?
It's on the back. It was on the back in the
okay.
3.
Into 3. I'm trying to find it. Oh yeah, I found it. Was it? Okay, so this must be something different because what the fuck? Okay, so Thurston died. I didn't find that wreck, but I did find him just slamming the fence out of turn 4. That's why he finished like dead fucking last, because he killed his car. Okay.
Oh my lord.
Now that makes a lot more sense. All right, but I've wasted enough time. All right, there's 3 people that I've purposely been waiting on. So, goodbye, Jerry. All right. Who do I talk to now? I think
LeBron on the phone.
No, I'm not bringing LeBron on the phone. You know what?
Oh.
Arevalo, I think you wrecked. I kind of forgot. Get in here. Didn't you die?
Quentin Haley existed.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I don't know, netcode.
Yeah, there was a lot of bad netcode in that one.
Dude, since Bristol, every time somebody's hit the wall, it's like they've hit a rubber band and they just go 0 miles an hour.
Racing doesn't know how to make their server fucking work properly because they're poopy.
Like I'm like 5 feet behind somebody, and then when they like just barely scrape the wall, they just slow down in front of me, and yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunately how it works. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Aiden, you know what's okay? You know what makes this everything all better?
No.
Well, I know, and it is small, contained amounts of cocaine.
Cocaine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
See, Chris knew it. Yo, Chris. Yeah.
I thought the African fentanyl you gave me was supposed to work.
No, that was supposed to work on Aiden Smith, but he's still alive. But he's still alive and kicking apparently. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. Wait, how do you know about that? I never told you about that.
I was on stream.
Did you? Did you? Oh! It didn't work. It didn't work because he didn't smoke it. You did. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I broke into the supply.
Well, at least I know that it didn't work. Now I know I have to go for a higher dosage next time.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for being my little test dummy, Aiden. I will leave you be now.
Thank you.
And now it's time for Levi Lipe. Levi, you finished 18th. I think I saw you once and you crashed, and that was it. What the fuck were you doing?
I didn't wreck. I didn't wreck at all that race.
You didn't wreck at all.
I hit Aiden when he hit the Quentin.
Okay, so
that's a wreck.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Okay, so besides that, what did you do? What was your deal? It was like I did not see you once.
I screwed up on my strategy really bad. I got up to 14th at some point.
Oh, he got up to 14th.
I thought I had pace, and it was 90 to go, and I thought it would be such a great idea to pit. And without everyone else, I thought I'd be so much faster. No, that didn't happen. So what instead did happen is we finally, for the first time in all of 10 races, since like Daytona, had green flag pit stops.
Mm-hmm.
So I was screwed. And then the 8 car, I don't know if he purposely spun.
He didn't.
Or what?
He didn't. We looked at the replay. I can assure you, from the way he was driving, Aiden is just that stupid.
Oh, well, he wrecked. I got back on the lead lap, but I didn't repair my damage from hitting the wall. So, I finished 18th because they wrecked across the line.
Levi, we gotta figure this out, man. You're coming towards the end of the regular season here. You gotta make the chase, Levi. If you don't make the chase, how are you going to win the championship? You gotta make the chase, Levi.
I think the main focus is just finishing in the top 10, not the damn championship.
Well, no, Levi, look, when I look at you, when I look in your eyes, I see an ASCA Cup Series champion. I do. And
Yeah,
to
maybe
get
in
you,
5 years.
Yeah, to get you there, we need to make the chase. Okay.
Well, look, I'm 53 points out now. I moved up to 19.
So, Levi, here, I'm going to I think what's going on here, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is I don't think you understand the stakes that you are in. Okay. So what I got here, my mic has a lot of suppression on it, so you won't hear it. But I have a piece of paper with your address, your full name, the name of all your family members, your username for your health insurance, and I also have the name of every pet that you have ever had. So,
shit, not Rebel.
Yeah, including your fish that you named Clarence. So, I'm just letting you know, if you do not make the chase, okay? I'm giving you a lot of time here. I will be copying and pasting all this information to every single person in the server's
it doesn't
DM.
matter. I'm already in a server where one of the channel names is my home address, so that doesn't bother me that much.
That's not something you should be sharing on a stream. That is not something that you should have said on stream.
Well, hold on.
There are 6 people.
12. I don't have to make the top 12, don't I? There's no one with a win below 12. I could just squeak in at 14th, right? I'm 36 points. I'm 36 points off of 14.
You are correct.
As long as no one wins.
Correct. But I honestly, I don't give a fuck about the chase at this point. Do not tell people that there is a channel out there where your address is on stream.
I can go ahead and say it if you want.
No, don't say it.
Address up for grabs.
I just need to get 14th. That's it.
My DMs are always open.
Unless people start winning. But Levi, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go because
our car was as fast as Xfinity 10G.
No, it wasn't. All right, now. All right, and obviously we have to save the best for last. We do. Wayne A. Kennedy, get in here. Wait, hello.
Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what the hell?
No fair.
Daniel, I'm so sorry. Here, I'm sorry, Wayne. I have to talk to Blackstone. Blackstone, what did you do today?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Good question.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought.
Hang on. Hold up.
What?
We're now 18th in the points.
Oh
this
my
is our
God!
record
Wow.
best ASCA season.
It's true. It actually is true. He's speaking the truth.
We're on a career high right now.
He's on a
All
career
thanks to
high.
our partners over at Easy Care, Chevrolet, Spartan Motorsports did great today. Except for Aiden, we're firing him tonight.
Jackson, hypothetically speaking, you're only 25 points out of the playoffs.
Hypothetically, Chris is correct.
Hypothetically speaking.
This is my career best season.
Hypothetically, all you have to do is buy Canada and race that race.
Hypothetically.
Yeah, say less. Canada's going in the cart right now.
Oh my God, he's doing it. All right,
Yeah.
So now that that's over, Wayne A. Kennedy. Now I actually get to talk to you.
Oh my God, I'm looking at the replay. Wayne just killed Caden. What the fuck?
Wayne, what did you do?
Let's just put it simply.
Wayne, what did you do?
We might have got into each other.
Oh, really?
On the last corner before the last lap.
And then you just killed
Let's put it.
You killed an innocent black man. What? You got a motive here?
Uh-oh.
No. You see,
Yeah, I
I myself am also a minority, but the problem is, mine is associated with gambling addiction.
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, I'm looking at it right now. Let's see here. And, okay, going into turn 3. Everything's
show
okay.
the chat, even. Show the stream.
Yeah, here.
What I
show the
did.
Yeah, okay, let's see here.
Yeah. Put it on public
I did.
relations.
And, okay, wait, no, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's not on.
I don't think
that's
Chris,
not
are we talking about the last lap, or are we talking about that
lap?
No. I'm talking the first time you killed the 18.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the
skill
last
issue.
lap.
Let's put it simply. That was a skill issue on me. I'm a dummy.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be for real. I'm looking at this one on lap 29. I think he just wrecked himself.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, that? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so problem.
Yeah.
Me and Armani blamed Katie
Yeah,
for that one.
I was listening to it. I was like, what?
From our perspective, look, from the camera angle, it just looked like he came up because I was using TV2. It looked like he came up, but yeah, no, that was on you.
I was looking at it on stream too. I was scratching my head like, wait, what?
No, you murdered him. That was on you.
Yeah, and hell, Chris, you heard me say it. I thought it was a little bit, and then as soon as like Don corrected me, I was like, oh, okay, my bad. So we are definitely getting a penalty point first time in the season.
You know what? It's taking you this long to get a penalty point.
Oh, I think they couldn't handle a push. Oh, what happened here?
But
I think they shut the door and it just.
But besides that,
oh yeah,
that's a racing deal.
Yeah,
that's not anybody's fault.
Yeah, you can't blame. You can't get off my boy. Get off my boy, Landon Warren. Landon Warren did nothing wrong. Free my man.
Actually, that's kind of a 23.
Free my man.
So, let me just keep explaining. So, besides murdering the creator of ASCA, I also had to play strategist for Daniel, Owen, and them.
Oh,
I had to go tell them when to put tires on, like a teacher tried to tell them to not pee in the cubby.
I need to just get a mic on you three in particular because it feels like you three are always just doing some other stupid shit. Like I looked over at Owen like one time during the race and he was like drifting into the corners, Diego Roldan style, and I was just like, "What is he doing? He is going to wreck himself."
I could put it simply. I think I could just straight up just make a giant mega video on the first season of ASCA from my perspective because I have it all recorded.
Yeah, and it would be cool, and it'd be funny because it's from a perspective that we don't see very often. Literally,
you get to see it from a back marker.
Yeah. All right, but
Wayne,
Wayne,
besides that,
yeah, Wayne, it's been
I'm practicing Montreal right now. I can't mess this up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's already all right. So he's already locking in. All right. So
what did Aiden do on lap 109?
You haven't seen it.
No, I haven't.
That's gonna.
Are you practicing it?
Oh yeah.
Gen 4. They're as always.
Like comes out of pit road on fresh tires.
There is a setup included. There is a setup included called Montreal.
Okay, then I'm gonna hop on that.
I'm very
We
confident.
don't use that setup.
What do you want me to use? Road America?
Just wait till I put the session up. Wow, Aiden
sucks. Yeah, he sucks. He's horrible.
What?
Yeah. All I can say is
he
might have
himself like a moron.
I was having a similar problem with him. We both were cooking up our rear tires. And don't ask how, we just suck.
So we get the live Chris reaction to Aiden Smith's second cock. Yeah.
That wasn't Aiden Smith, that was Aiden Robertson.
Yeah.
Same person.
So tell a kid and he's getting $2 in his iRacing inbox.
I will. All right, but
for the
with
virtual
that everybody, it's time to end the show. It's time to end the show, everybody.
That was my interview.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about your race. You
leave.
fucking money shifted before you crossed the line, and you finished 40 laps down. How was your race?
Honestly, it was a lot of fun.
I'm sure it was. Yeah, before he crossed the line. Before he crossed the line.
Are you using your H pattern?
Mm-hmm. And I had H pattern in every other race I did.
You know the H pattern is significantly slower, right?
What?
The H pattern is significantly slower.
I know.
I mean, it would explain a few things.
That doesn't sound like somebody who knows.
Considering you money shifted, I don't think you knew.
No, I think I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, you did.
What happened on the last lap with the 18 and the 93?
Okay, now it was on Caden. Caden got loose in front of the 93.
Caden gets loose. It's the 93. And they go spinning. Okay.
I hate Montreal.
Oh, wait a minute.
What? What do you mean, wait a minute?
Caden's half a penalty point from suspension.
Uh-oh. Man.
Whoops.
Read the...
Whoops.
Read
Sorry,
the,
Caden. I'll make it $3 now.
Read the paper. ASCA founder fucking gets suspended from his own league.
ASCA founder gets suspended.
Oh, there were no racing deals tonight. These were all